Hello, good people of the internet, and welcome to the Famariety Show, your bi-weekly stop for podcasting filled with games, reviews, and bad opinions for Wednesday, April 1st, but just barely. I'm your host, Ryan Tierney, and with me, I've got my super fama bros, our beautiful Swedish baby boy, Dennis,
Hello. And Yoshi.
and the man. Oh, and Yoshi. Can't forget about the
Yeah.
Yosh. And the man whose heart probably required defibrillation. I've messed up that word tonight, Mr. Curly.
Hello, I do have bad opinions about Wednesdays.
Yeah. If you're new to the channel, you can catch us live every Wednesday between 10 and 10:30, but not tonight on twitch.tv/Curly Studios. If you couldn't make it tonight because you were too busy checking out everybody's favorite plumber, you can catch us on YouTube on Thursdays on youtube.com/@Famicorp. I think I messed that up too. And if you're still too busy for that because you're too busy swooning over how freaking cool Fox McCloud is, I get it. You can catch us on podcast services such as Spotify, Amazon, and Google Podcasts. But enough of the stuff you don't care about. Gentlemen, 2 weeks ago, we completed a review for Resident Evil Requiem a mere 19 days after release. A rarefied feat for us. We took that time frame and we told it to suck it. And we are reviewing the Super Mario Galaxy movie the night of release.
Release night, baby. Let's go.
Well job.
Well job,
everybody.
Well job.
Well job.
All the more reason to, like, heads up, we're going to be non-spoiler at the beginning, but maybe catch this on YouTube later after you've seen it. Because we are going to get into the nitty-gritty here on this podcast. Not at first. So
yeah, spoiler free at the
surface
beginning.
level stuff.
Yeah.
So this
we'll
is
let y'all know when
we'll give you the big warning when we're about to go spoiler talks. All right. So I mean, like, let's go around the table. Let's talk. Let's talk shop. We've all seen it. Curly, you just got home from it. Dennis, you're ahead of us, so you were the first to see it. So you've had the most time to let your impressions sit. Let's cue you up first.
Just a second. You haven't posted it on Discord, really.
Oh, you're right. My bad.
All right. Yeah. I thought it was awesome. Really, like it. I was really surprised by just like I don't know, like there were so many things that I just didn't expect, and I just had a really good time. I mean, is it like a masterpiece of a movie? No. Is it fucking the Citizen Kane? No. I mean, I've never seen Citizen Kane. I don't know if it's good. But yeah, I'm getting echo from you again, Curly.
Having pretty low.
But yeah, I don't know if I have that much to say outside of spoilers. So right now, at least.
Okay.
But yeah, those are my impressions. Thought it was great.
Well said. Curly, you wanna go second, or you wanna save yourself for last?
I'll go ahead. Fuck it.
Go ahead,
dude. This movie rules. I mean, just like Dennis was saying, it's not like fine art. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like this is like cinematic, like levels of, like you said, like it's not like we're looking at a Citizen Kane or anything like that, or it's not trying to be, but this is like an amazing kids movie. This is an amazing adaptation of a Mario movie, and it's an amazing sequel, in my opinion, to a Mario movie. I'm in the minority, I think, probably for the original Mario Bros movie, where I thought like that's about as good as you could get with a Super Mario Bros movie. Like you're literally adapting something that has no plot, that has no story, and you're finding fun ways to do that. And I think they did that the first time, and I think they doubled down and did that even better this time around. I said it before we started. But like, kids got it good these days with the movies, man. Kids movies rule because you do have a spectrum. Like this is Illumination's not known for, like the level of quality that like a Pixar reaches, or that like even some like the Disney stuff or like DreamWorks stuff. Illumination is more in the pocket of like this is aimed toward like a younger audience even than that stuff is. But like I think what they've done with the Mario universe, or the the maybe the Nintendo Cinematic Universe at this point is nothing short of incredible. Like I said, I think the way to adapt something that focused on fun more than plot and story is exactly what they've done, where they, unlike the Sonic movies, which is so funny that we're again kids movies these days, video game adaptations these days. Like y'all don't even know how bad we had it in the 90s. It was looking rough, y'all. Like the fact that we got this is crazy. And seeing this with my kids and stuff is super special. But like, man, the amount of like Easter eggs and references, but like they're not just Easter eggs or references just to be there. It's literally like rules of the universe that they built out in the games. Like Mario's about this shit. This is what Mario is, and that's why I think it's a great adaptation, and that's why I give it some slack when it comes to like, no, the story's not amazing, but like it has touching character moments. It's got some really like heartfelt things that I think could have been, yeah, dove more deeply into it, but at the same time, the things that this movie does instead of that, I think, is just equally fun to me. So I just think it's a blast. I had a great time, had some wonderful popcorn, laughed a ton. I thought this movie was really funny. And yeah, I can't recommend it any higher, especially if you're a Nintendo fan.
Well said. All right, all right. I think I echo both of your sentiments. It's just like I think you just got to turn your brain off and just have fun with it. Like, yeah, you can critique this movie to death, and I do have critiques of it, obviously. But like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you just watching this movie, like, it's just a really good. It's a 10 out of 10 good time. Like, it's not a 10 out of 10 movie, but it's a bop. It's a good time. You just gotta vibe with it. I think this movie impressively builds on everything that the first one did. Um, like to a degree with the story. I think the story is marginally better here than it was in the first one. I still think that there's issues there. But like y'all said, I mean, and we'll touch on that when we get closer to the bigger NCU talks. But like, the music is absolutely outstanding in this movie.
Dude, it's so good.
It's
Oh my
it's
God.
unbelievable. And to be fair, again, that's fan service in the same way that the majority of the movie is fan service. Like it's fan service ratcheted to absolute 10. If you're not a Mario fan, what are you doing seeing the movie, I guess? But like, yeah, cast is fun, maybe a tad bloated. We're gonna get into that. I wish certain characters got more screen time. But yeah, it's a really fun time. A great time for family. Great time if you're a Mario fan. This is an absolute must see.
Yeah. And before we even get into spoiler talk, I think you touched on it, like the bloated cast thing. I think the cast is just phenomenal in this. I think, especially it being a sequel, like the fact that like we're not, at least in my opinion, we're not going into this being like, all right, how's Chris Pratt's performance going to be? It's just I jumped in and he was Mario, and Charlie Day is Luigi, Anna Taylor-Joy is Peach, and it just felt so right. And again, because I like the cast in the original too, that it just felt like we were just moving along, and the cast seemed like it had great chemistry. I love that Mario and Luigi, maybe spoilers, get way more time in this movie than they did in the original, and them bouncing back and forth off each other was so fun. And I'm definitely with you where I wish some characters had more time, but there isn't a single miscast.
No. I would. That's just the problem is that all of the characters are great and staying spoiler free. Like, but there's just it's an hour and 38-minute movie, right? There's just only so much screen time to go around. Like,
dude, the pacing is crazy in this movie.
The pacing is just as problematic problematic as it was in the first movie.
Yeah.
Which again, you take what you get. Like, I mean, this is like a still some of the best video game adaptations we've ever seen. Probably
Yeah.
these two movies are probably the best video game adaptations we've seen from a video game fan standpoint. Maybe not from a movie critic standpoint, because let me tell you, this game's sitting at a 43% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. So
Wow. What? Are you kidding me?
Fan reviewed, it's sitting at like 92%. But
Okay,
like,
all right. I was about to say, like, what? And that's the.
I don't know what critics' problems are. Like, like find some joy in your life and just let people enjoy things. Like
Yeah.
yes, this movie has problems, but like the movie's so good. Like, it's so much fun.
Yeah, it's messy. Like, I'll be the first to like say, like, it's messy. It's sometimes jarring because its pacing is just like boom all over the place. It really is like a sugar rush of a movie. Like, I mean, it just never stops. It never lets up. But like at the same time, it's so fun because of that. Because like you're never bored or tired of anything. It's just on to the next thing constantly. And I don't know, man. It's just it's so much fun to me. I loved it.
Yeah, I could use some more time to breathe with the pacing. Like, just like
Yeah.
let characters interact and breathe and move.
Yeah.
But like, you have so much fan service to cram into this movie, so many things to like. It's like, hey, here's this from this game, here's that from that, and you don't have time for any of that. Which, granted, that works for Mario. We're going to talk about this later on, but as we move into other movies within the Nintendo universe, I'm curious how that's going to work. Like, I'm again, we'll delve into that a little bit later in the podcast, but
Yeah, I feel
what do
like
we
there
think
there
about
is
performances?
I mean,
ahead,
on the
Dennis.
note that you were talking about, like with giving some room for characters, it's like there is a solution to that. It could have just been a 2-hour movie.
I do
That's true.
agree.
It's
Yeah,
true.
it should have been a longer movie, like straight up. What without diving into spoilers, how do you guys feel about this being a Mario Galaxy movie and what it delivered on that versus it
I don't.
maybe instead being maybe just a Mario Bros 2 like
I don't
or
think it needed to be Mario Galaxy
hmm,
necessarily. I'm happy it was, but there again, just trying to stick away from spoilers. There are
yeah.
characters in this movie that are in it because it's a Mario Galaxy movie that are just not in the movie, and it's like you could have just dialed it back to being a Super Mario Bros. 2 and given us some of these other characters and let things go that route.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good choice. I liked the move of going to Galaxy.
I think it sorry.
My only thing is that I'm struggling to see what the next movie is. Not getting into spoilers, but it's like basically every other game in the series has been kind of harvested by these two movies. And I don't really know what the third one's gonna be.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get into that more in the spoiler section.
Yeah, for sure. No, I agree. Both of your points are pretty much spot on where I'm at, where it's like, man, I kind of want it to be just a little more Galaxy focused, but at the same time, I'm so happy that it being that got us where we went. I feel like um I know what you're kind of alluding to, Ryan, with with the Galaxy-esque part, not maybe being there as much as it should have been, but like the fact that we got introduced to this universe this way, this galaxy this way, is pretty sick. Like I really
No,
enjoyed
it is.
that, and just giving us an excuse to hear Mario Galaxy music in a movie. Like I don't
Yeah.
give a damn, man. Dude, this score, like I can't wait to buy this one on vinyl. I bought the original one as well, and just can't wait to just listen to it on Spotify and find out what song they canceled, just like the fucking banana race one that they canceled from the first.
Speaking of, the licensed music was way more tasteful in this movie.
Yeah, did it barely even had any except for like
Yeah,
one
I think there
or
were
two
like
parts.
two or three maybe.
Yeah.
Way more tasteful. It's not as like egregious as when they swapped out the fucking Donkey Kong music for
Yeah. Oh my god.
Take on Me,
Aha. Yeah.
which is like I rewatched the original
Yeah.
movie yesterday.
Mhm. So
And
did we.
like I've only seen it once in theaters before until I watched it yesterday. And like I have seen that video on YouTube where they edit in the original Donkey Kong track into that scene. So like when when it started in the movie and Take on Me is there, it's like, wow, like this really doesn't work.
Yeah, it just pisses me off every time I watch that scene because I like that song. The Take on Me song is great. It's just like, man, when I first listened to the soundtrack just on its own, I heard that music and I was like, wait, was this in the movie? And I rewatched the movie just around the Donkey Kong section, and I'm like, where the fuck was this track at? It's like one of the best tracks in the whole soundtrack,
Yeah,
and it's fully
like,
orchestrated
yeah,
and composed beautifully, and it's just
and
like,
it's
where did this go?
perfectly like timed with moments that happen in the movie. Like for example, like the song like fully like blooms at the end when he kind of falls down and then comes up with the paraglider.
Yeah.
Like it's so good. That doesn't happen in the real movie with the Take on
Mhm.
Me version.
Yep, and I think that this is a shining example of what Galaxy learned over the first one because,
Yeah.
like, dude, it's so hard to compare these because in a lot of ways they're so similar, but like it is a very like good iteration. Like I feel like it doesn't
Yeah,
really
no,
like break the mold at all. Like even like when I'm thinking of the plot, and again, like I haven't even had time to process this fully, but like there's certain sections of this movie I'm like, oh, this is like that section on the first one, but done this way and so on. But man, good times.
what do we think about the performances themselves? I know we kind of like said, like, we're out in here to critique is Chris Pratt sounding like Mario, but like the overall individual performances without touching on maybe characters that aren't
I mean,
known for the top, like,
we have to discuss the immense range and emotion of Donald Glover as Yoshi.
Yeah.
he killed it. Yeah. Just
It's so
swept
good.
me off my feet, man. Just,
Yeah.
if I
Dude,
laughed,
I mean,
I cried.
like honestly, dude, like it's not spoilers because Yoshi's in the marketing. He's literally in the background of your video now, but like just the inclusion of Yoshi alone is so good in this movie.
Yeah.
And like it's so funny that Donald Glover's voicing him because it's straight up like the Groot of
Yeah.
like this movie.
Yeah, and
Like
it's
where it's like he's
also
not.
like not distracting. Like he just kind of sounds
Yeah.
like Yoshi.
I'm so
Yeah.
happy that he doesn't just talk. Like I was so worried
Oh,
about
yeah.
that.
He
And
has like
like
a couple of lines, but it's not
yeah,
like they're not like
there's one point where he's like, "Oh no," and I'm like, "Whoa, that okay." That
yeah,
didn't bother me
it's
at all.
like it's like the amount that Yoshi speaks in this movie is like kind of how Mario speaks in the games. Where it's like kind of short phrases that and it's not very frequent at all. It's mostly just
Exactly.
Yoshi.
But
there's
man, I kind of already said my point, but I think this cast is amazing. I think this
yeah.
it's
No, I agree. The
phenomenal. Like
only
the Brie Larson, like Brie Larson nailed this, and like, dude, Rosalina is like, there's a scene in this movie where she steals the scene, and like, dude, I'm like, man, I would watch a whole movie of Brie Larson's Rosalina. Like, give me a spin off of that, and I mean, we'll talk more about it later, like where we think the third movie could go and stuff. But like, that's where my brain's at. Where I'm like, let's get some spin offs or something going, man.
yeah, I mean that's where we got to go. I feel like, but so we can't really talk about too many other characters without getting delving into spoilers. I mean,
Yeah.
what about Bowser Jr.? Like, I for one, that was the one I had the most question marks based off of the
Mhm.
trailers for their performance, and left with no questions whatsoever.
He was really good.
Yeah.
I thought he was awesome.
I
Yeah.
didn't love him in the trailers. Like I
Yeah.
thought it was
Yeah,
like
I
kind of
didn't.
odd. And then once you see the angle that they go with the character, I'm like, dude, this is incredible. Like,
Yeah,
dude, he
it's
nailed
really
it.
great.
And it's definitely like a like a huge like emotional part of this movie. Like Bowser and Bowser Jr.'s relationship is so fascinating and like well done, I think. And
Mhm.
again, for a Mario movie, like you don't go in here
Sure.
expecting the
I
fine arts, but like
if well, I mean, for a Mario movie, for like, here's where I it's like you said, you made the point earlier about like this isn't DreamWorks, this isn't Disney, this isn't Pixar, but like Illumination's not like I don't view Illumination as that far below those studios. Like in like
I've
that's their
literally only seen the
competitors.
Mario movies. The only movies I've seen from them.
Well, they do all the Despicable Me and Minions movies,
Yeah, I've never
and then
seen
they
them.
like Secret Life of Pets and
Never
they
seen
had
that.
that duck
Hop.
migration movie.
It, but like the Despicable Me movies, I feel like are on par with at least the ones I've seen are on par with things I've seen
Mm,
from DreamWorks and things that maybe not Pixar because Pixar is usually in a league of their own, but like that
yeah.
is the goal, right? Those are your competitors, and I feel like from a story perspective, they're not there. Like this movie doesn't hold its weight with those studios from a just from a story perspective alone, and I think that is the only part where I really want to see Nintendo's got to step it up because like that's not Nintendo's MO even from their games. Like it's they build gameplay and they put the
Hmm.
story around it. You're gonna have to address that. I think going forward. Like
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like moving forward, I think for these two iterations to introduce us to this universe and stuff, I think
yeah,
it's perfectly fine as is. But I would like to see, especially with what may come next, I would like to see them go a little bit harder on that. And just to clarify my point with the Illumination Studios, I feel like not necessarily that they're not on the same level, but I feel like they skew at a lower demographic than most. Like I feel like Pixar is almost not even like a straight up kids movie studio at this point. Like it Hopper, for example, is a movie straight up all subtext about environmentalism. Like there's so much
yeah,
subtext in their movies that are aimed at, I feel like, an older audience.
Yeah.
And uh like DreamWorks as well usually aims a bit above that age skew. Like I mean, like look at Shrek movies are basically adult movies hidden as kid movies and stuff. But
Yeah.
I mean, there's
I mean,
adult
like
humor
for
in
me,
Despicable Me and Minions. Like
I just felt at a lesser degree.
but it's not just like adult humor. Like for me, like legit, like one of the big reasons I don't really tend to watch Pixar movies is because I know it's gonna be some heavy shit.
Yeah.
I
So
uh,
it's like
Bro,
it's not that I don't
give
want to watch them. It's like when it's like I want to watch something entertaining or something, and it's like usually a Pixar movie will have a bunch of entertaining stuff, but then it's like, oh, your friend just died.
yeah.
I'm not
Exactly.
trying to cry today.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like like characters don't die in movies all the time, but it's like they do it. They always do it in such a devastating way in Pixar movies.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't think you necessarily need the heartbreaking emotional beats but like you do need to go a little bit more big boy with your narrative writing, with your storytelling. Like I
Yeah.
think like and the pacing. The pacing is just look. It's so cool for these first two. And I agree with you, Curly. That for these first two movies, it works. But like we're gonna get into a point as they
Yeah.
build out this NCU where we can talk about that later. We'll get into that. Let's
I think we can't, considering they already announced Star Fox. So like the
Yeah.
point I think
Man.
what you're like, not to go into anything of what Star Fox does in this movie, but what you've been kind of talking about, like how they, like, I think the Star Fox movie will be way more narrative focused.
Hmm.
I think
it has to be.
the Star Fox movie, if they make one, that is, will be way more possible to be on a Pixar level because it has
Hmm.
much more narrative beat to go into. And I think the movie would have a lot more room for story because there
Yeah. I
is,
mean,
like, in the Star
literally
Fox
Star
games,
Fox.
there is a
Yeah.
lot of story. It's just that the game doesn't like the game doesn't afford the story a lot of space. Um, so I think I actually think like out of a lot of Nintendo's franchises, Star Fox makes so much sense as a movie. I mean, Star Fox is just their Star Wars.
Yeah, it straight up is. And like there are like story bits, usually like almost like a opening crawl like a Star Wars, where it's like you find out like it is heavy. It's like Star Fox is leading this ragtag group of airspace pilots and stuff, and also the guy that is the bunny dude, Peppy, he used to fly with his father who's dead, and you're going after basically the guy that killed your dad. It's like, okay, yeah, this is already gonna have to be a step up narrative wise.
Yeah. So
Like,
Yeah,
I think
if it happens,
basically
and that would be sick.
basically the point I want to make with that is that I don't think every Nintendo movie is gonna be this. I think the Mario movies are just this because there isn't a lot of story to Mario. And I also
Mhm.
don't think that Nintendo necessarily wants to make Mario into the most like emotionally resonant character of all time.
yeah, but like, okay, so I guess less about Star Fox and more about the future of the Mario movies. Like you were pointing out, Dennis, like you're gonna run out of source material. Like you eventually have to develop these characters and give them marks. That's the biggest takeaway for me from the first two movies about the core cast of Mario characters. Maybe not the side characters as much, but like Mario has a very, very small arc in the first movie. Nobody else has any character development or growth. In this movie, there is zero character development or growth from any of the core cast whatsoever. Like maybe Bowser has like the slightest bit of arc in this movie, but like
Bowser
Mario,
definitely has an
Luigi,
arc, but
Yeah.
Princess
and
Princess
like
Peach, Toad, they all stay the exact same character that they are at the
yeah,
beginning of the movie. There is no journey for them outside of
Mhm.
just the adventure.
Mario has like the beginning of an arc, but but it doesn't lead to anything.
I kind of disagree. I feel like Peach had a bit going on
Oh
in
yeah,
this movie.
Peach definitely has
Peach does not have a
some going
character
on.
arc in this movie.
I mean, we could talk about it during spoilers, but I
Yeah.
disagree. Um, Not yet, Leggy, but yeah. I mean, do
We're
y'all want to
very
get
close. We're
into it?
about let's go. Let's do it. Moving on to
All right,
spoilers.
Wait, Leggy
everybody.
saying unexpected error? Is something wrong with the stream?
It's
But
going live for me. I'm
yeah,
watching
it's
it.
up for me.
Yeah, I'm watching it too. All right, we diving into
But yeah,
spoilers.
final end cap. We all recommend this movie.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Take that with a grain
100%.
of salt. I'm the Mario fucking fanatic. Like, you'd be hard pressed to make a Mario movie I'm not gonna like. I even like the '90s one. Like, for what it is, I loved it as a kid. I'll fuck around with Super Show. But you know what? Like, if you're like me, if you're Mario sicko, you have to see this movie, and you should see it in theaters. We didn't touch on how amazingly beautifully animated this movie is,
That,
because
and
holy shit.
before we move on, real quick, that is where I feel like Illumination, and Illumination is the studio that animates this movie, and not necessarily the people writing the story. I would imagine, right? Like that's still got to be hands-on Nintendo. Like
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
from from
it's the writers and all that. I mean, Shigeru Miyamoto is a producer. Chris Meledandri is a producer.
but like
But I
from an
mean, like
artistic stand.
the writers and the directors, I think, are Hollywood people.
Okay. But from an artistic perspective, this movie is as gorgeous as any movie I've ever seen. Like from
Yeah.
Pixar,
Oh my
from
God.
DreamWorks, it don't matter. Like this
Dude,
movie is
something
gorgeous.
something that really surprised me with this movie was the cinematography in the fight. Like
Yeah.
some of the
Oh, yeah,
camera
the story.
moves, some of the camera
Yeah.
moves in the fight scenes are insane. Like so
It's
fucking awesome.
They do some really cool, like, playful things too. Like,
Yeah.
every single action scene is very unique to the movie. Like, it's not a Transformers movie where it's like the action's cool the first 3 times you see it and it gets old. Every time they introduce something cool and something Mario, like, again, I don't want to say like fan servicey, because it is it's more than that because it literally is Mario's DNA. It's like that is what you get
Yeah.
when you adapt the movie. That's they play with a lot of like the galaxy esque stuff with the gravity shit and stuff like that. Like, dude, it's so fun. Like that's one thing I definitely commend this movie on is the art direction, the character designs, and the exact thing you said, Dennis, the cinematography.
Yep.
Go see it. Do
Yes.
it
see
in
it.
the
Go
theaters.
see it.
Let's
10
make
out of
this
10
one make
time.
$1 billion again. Come on.
Yeah, we need the NCU.
Gotta
All right.
have it.
Spoiler time.
Spoiling time. All right.
Spoilers,
Spoiler
spoilers.
time.
Where do we want to start?
Okay, I want to start this
Good
way.
night, Diego.
I want to start like this.
Night, Diego. I
Ma-
love you.
Tell me your favorite moment in the movie.
Easy, absolute easy. It's the animated bit with Star Fox introduction. That look,
Dude.
So
give
fucking
me
cool.
give me a Star Fox movie if you want, but I would so much rather a show in that art style. Like, oh
Yeah.
my god, did I pop off for that? It was so cool.
Dude,
I
it all went by
was
so fast. I
so-
was freaking out. Like I need to watch it again. Like, I really
Dude,
need to
like-
run it back.
I was so surprised like by how much Star Fox is in this movie.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah,
Dude, like I thought he would
it's
like
crazy.
take them to like Planet Bowser and then like leave.
then dip. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, he's like a fucking character, dude. It's wild.
Yeah,
he's
that's
great. He
That's the
steals
fear I
this
had
movie
when
every scene
they-
he's in.
when they showed the poster. It's like, all right, but he's not in the trailer, and it's like you're kind of showing this in a weird way. He's gonna like fly by and be like, huh, and like he's gonna peace out. But like,
Yeah.
no, dude, we got so much Star Fox, dude. The Star Fox music, like they had Cordelia. They
Oh
had
my
the,
God.
the march
Dude.
from '64. Oh my god, man!
Dude,
I was, like, shaking, like-
The-
It's so good.
So
oh my
fucking
I
god!
awesome.
loved the subversion of expectations when Mario and Fox meet, and there's that moment of glaring where we're like, oh, they're doing the Donkey Kong thing again. They're just
Yeah.
gonna hate each other the whole movie, and then it's like, I like this guy. I
Yeah,
like this guy.
the-
Nice
dude,
mustache.
It's like that's a nice ship. That's a nice mustache. I was like, yeah, let's go, dude. These guys are awesome. One of my you're absolutely right, Ryan. That part's one of my favorites. But there's something really subtle and stupid that I love so much. Is when the Lumas are like Star Fox, like coded up.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Team Star Fox is ready.
I was just like, dude, this movie's fucking awesome, man.
So I think I'm not sure if this is my favorite moment, but it was the moment that surprised me the most. And that was when the ship with the Pikmin came up.
yes.
Yeah.
I popped off so hard,
Dude,
for it.
I
It's so
was like,
good.
holy shit. The Pikmin are here.
Yeah. Also,
That-
the Game and Watch,
Watch
drop was
Game-
so
Oh
cool.
my god.
Every-
dude.
Everything that inches us a little bit closer to that Smash Bros movie, you know? It's,
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I mean, there are
was
so many
so-
Smash Bros. References in this. Like how, I mean, Game and Watch does the fucking hammer thing, and it's like the most
Yeah.
powerful move.
He got the level 9, man. It's
Yeah.
so good. And then the Slippy Toad reference was just like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have a fucking dumbass frog as an engineer. I was like, yes, they get it. They did their homework. It's so fucking funny, man.
And like there was like actually N64 Sleepy Toad on screen, super zoomed in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
genius. Like that's what I mean. Like the art direction of this movie is phenomenal, and like it. I need to watch it again because again, when it dropped to like the 2D art style, I was like, whoa, where are we going? Like we're really getting creative here, and like it all went by so fast, and like I'm grabbing Alex's hand. We're freaking out because like we're Star Fox fanatics in this household. Like we fucking stand Star Fox for sure. And like it, man, the one thing I will say about Star Fox that bothers me is that they should not have released the poster. I wish
Yeah.
so badly
Yeah, same.
that this could have been just that moment. Like, man, that's
Could you
the one
imagine a
thing.
world where people just got to see that for the first time in theaters? That's wild.
Yeah.
And like
I don't understand the reasoning.
imagine the lead up. Like first you see the
Mm-hmm.
Pikmins, and then the Star Fox shows up.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
first like, wait a minute, what the fuck are the Pikmin doing here? And then it's like Star Fox.
Of
Yeah.
any scene in that movie, I want to go back to that scene on the flight deck with all the different ships going on, because there's got to be some other Easter egg cameos.
Yeah,
or
I'm
something
looking for
that
Samus or
there-
something.
there's a controller there. I don't know. It looked like the GameCube like one of the ships is a GameCube controller. You
Mhm.
can see like the joystick sticking up. I don't know if it's GameCube or not, but man, there's got to be other stuff in there that I missed.
So here's my theory actually regarding that. So they did note very specifically that Star Fox accidentally ended up in this universe.
Mm.
Like
This
he was
universe?
he was transported to this universe. From from the Star Fox universe, basically. And Miyamoto has made it clear that Pikmin exist everywhere. Like there are Pikmin in the Switch 2 edition of Mario Bros. Wonder.
There's Pikmin in real life. We just can't see them.
And like yeah, and I think
Oh.
I think that Close to You video is supposed to be that. What you said it as a joke, but that's what I think that video is supposed
Yeah.
to mean. Like that first version of the video, when you don't see any of the Pikmin, that is what we see. And then that second version of the video is the real view where you can see the Pikmin everywhere. And like Miyamoto said in one of the interviews for the release of this movie, that he wants to put Pikmin in everything. And I don't think that's just
Hell
like
yeah, dude.
I don't think that's just like a throwaway line where it's just like, oh, he wants to push Pikmin into everything. I think he literally means it from the perspective that Pikmin exist everywhere. They exist in all universes, basically. We just don't see them.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So I think that it's still possible that there are other characters in that scene, but I actually think it's just the Pikmin and Star Fox, because the Pikmin exist everywhere and Star Fox happens to be here.
Yeah. There's also just to get him out of the way, because we're talking just reference Easter eggs. We got Rob as well, which I think was
Dude.
in one of the trailers.
That
That shit was
awesome.
so fun. That was awesome.
I love Sloth from Zootopia.
Like the humor actually did hit for me on
Yeah.
a lot of this stuff.
It's great.
And I mean, when he first does the really slow turn, and then Toad is like, "Can you go any faster?" and he rotates back. He's just like, "What are you doing?" And then like the third beat when Mario and Luigi get there to Robbie, you just see them like, ah.
Yeah. Man, there's so many like moments like that in cameos and different characters outside of the Mario universe, but it all still is still bundled up in that same Mario feel. And again, that's why I appreciate that this is a Mario Galaxy movie, because it actually makes sense. Like it's not just they're just thrown in there or whatever. It's like, if you're gonna have a Nintendo cinematic universe, this is the way to do it. Like,
Yep.
have the characters in the world we know expand to other quote unquote galaxies, or like you said, universes, where there's like it is very interesting that there's a whole nother galaxy and universe of the Koopalings and Goombas that are just, they have different voices and they see Peach and they're kind of sus of her, but like they're not like our Koopas and Goombas that would like be like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing here? Where's Bowser? Like, it's very interesting that the world is that vast and expanded.
Can we talk about that scene?
Yeah, that was great.
Can we talk about Jump Up Superstar?
Yeah, oh my god,
dude.
Yeah, it's so jazzy. It's so good.
So good.
Dude,
Oh,
that whole scene was awesome. Like, what an insane fight scene with Peach in that one. Like,
great.
so awesome.
Well, also, I know Birdo is like an enemy from
Mario Bros. 2.
Mario Bros. 2.
Like all those
I
three were enemies from Mario Bros. 2.
I guess I never correlated that Birdo was just like an enemy variety. Like I always thought Birdo was a bigger character than
Birdo's
I
like the
just
No,
first
no,
boss you fight.
Yeah, no, Birdo.
Like several times.
Birdo is Birdo. I believe there's only
Yeah.
one Birdo. Which
Okay.
is that's a question in itself. but but I think the way I've understood it is that Birdo was a villain that redeemed himself, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The fact that we got the rat, Wart, and Birdo in a movie's insane. And
Yeah.
and again, it fits in with where we're going, like in this galaxy. And like, dude, this is what I mean by like they start playing with like the galaxy stuff with her in the rotating casino cube with like the different gravitational pulls and stuff. And then, dude, Peach is just like she kind of steals the show on some of the action scenes because
Oh
like
yeah.
there's one shot later we can talk about it maybe now or later where her and Mario have an action scene together, and it ends in this shot where they both flip up, they land, and she's twirling her umbrella, and an explosion happens, and her hair is flowing. It's just
Yeah.
like it's the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. Like I could see the shot in my head still where I'm just like, man, they fucking cooked with whatever that was. Like
Yeah. No,
I've never
absolutely.
seen Princess Peach look so badass.
Are
It's
you
awesome.
talking about the Mario Maker scene?
Yeah, at the very end of it. So
Yeah.
whenever her and Mario like flip up, and in the 2D version is whenever they're at the top of the flagpole. But like in the 3D version, like again, there's an explosion in the background.
Dude.
She's twirling the umbrella. Oh
Dude,
my God,
when they
so
get
good.
into that trench and all of the fireball spinners, I was like, oh my God,
It was
they're,
straight up Mario Maker.
they're referencing that Mario Maker level.
Yeah.
Like that's
and
insane.
I love that. I love that like they even play with like Bowser Jr. making the traps and the levels,
Yeah.
and they have like the ridiculous saws and like the spikes, and then like you said the fire bar level that's like notorious from SMB1
Yeah.
Mario Maker. Man, it's like, and again, it all fits, it all makes sense in a stupid way, but like dude, that action scene, that's probably my favorite one, honestly. Just because I'm a Mario Maker fucking sicko. And
I think the one thing that I didn't like with that scene was that I think they cut to the 2D version too much. I think the 2D version should have been more of like a Easter egg that you see kind of in the background of the shots of Bowser Jr.
Yeah.
Instead
Yeah.
of
I don't know. Every time it
something
cut
that
to it,
goes
it
full
gave me an
screen.
audible laugh, so I was like fine with it
Because
it was just so
like
stupid.
I think I think a lot of people say like this the things that happen in both of these movies, a lot of people call them fan service for like fan service sake, but like I don't think that happens as much as people say it does. But like those moments where it cuts to just full screen pixel art, that's when I think it kind of goes a little bit too far. But like a lot of the things, like for example, like something is only really unnecessary fan service if the reveal has no meaning if you don't know what it is. Like for example, when the Pikmin show up in the movie, that's like you think it's a huge ship, and then it turns out to be a tiny ship with tiny little aliens. And that's the beat if you don't know what Pikmin are. But it still has like a beat if you don't know what they are. And like most of the things that happen in this movie have a beat even if you don't know what it is. It is of course not the same kind of impact or the same kind of beat, but there is something to it still. And
Right.
I think with like the 2D art, like obviously that's like everyone knows what it is. But like in universe, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. And that's like when it kind of goes a little bit too far for me.
I liked it still just because every time they cut to it, it literally was like, oh, this is just he's making a Mario Maker level. It's like it just kept building on that idea, and it was just funny as fuck for me. But no, I totally agree that part in particular is absolutely fan service. But for me, that's like I'm the exact target for that one. So it just that one cooked for me. But and then Rosalina's action scene, I'd alluded to before, dude. The art style and the character design they gave her is so beautiful. Like it's so well done, and she's so badass too. Like
In
all the
one scene.
characters in this movie are so cool.
She's a badass in one scene, and then she's gone for the rest
Yeah,
of the movie, dude. Like,
Yeah.
that's one of the bigger problems I have with the movie is like this movie should have focused more heavily on Rosalina, and they
yeah,
basically gave her the peach treatment from the games.
Yeah. That was also a
yeah.
big disappointment for
That's a
me,
good
is that
point.
they basically turned her into a damsel in distress.
Yeah.
Which is like,
I do.
Rosalina's never been a, but at the same time, Luigi has never been a damsel in distress either, and he was in the first movie.
Yeah, I do appreciate that it wasn't like, oh, Mario's got to save the princess. It built Mario lore with
Mm.
Peach and Rosalina being sisters, and
Is that
Peach being the
building
one.
lore? That's so feels so shoehorned and ham fisted.
I
Like
mean, like that's been like not even a like
I mean,
they
in
look
the
similar,
original,
but in the games, there's no
yeah,
allusion to that.
in
Like,
the original, when they made Super Mario Galaxy, the storybook was supposed to reveal that Rosalina was Peach's mom. So they
mhm,
were always supposed to have like like a familial connection.
yeah,
Um
and also Rosalina very like nurturing in this movie. Like again, like she's in that one scene, you're right, but like
mm.
they really cooked with it. Like
Dude,
the
low
way she
key,
talks to the Lumas,
yeah.
it's so like,
but
man, they just nailed it.
like
Like she's so
if
like
she's if
motherly and
she's
like,
what I don't understand is if she's only going to be in that one scene, why did you put that entire scene in the trailer? Other than the storybook moments with the Lumas, but like her entire fight with what's the dude's name? The
Mega
robot
leg.
guy, Mega
He's
yeah.
Leg,
Mega leg.
is just entirely in the trailer. Like
I mean, I kind of disagree because in that trailer, it very much like seems like, oh, Rosalina's perfectly fine,
Yeah.
and then it, like at the end, she gets got by Bowser Jr. I
Mm.
thought that was a cool twist on from what the trailer kind of looked like to me. I
maybe
at least I like that. Um, and then like the flashbacks and stuff still count for me. Like I feel like she was in more than just that one scene. I like that they built lore from a Mario Galaxy movie, and the fact that like it leads to more questions, which I hope they answer. Of like, well, shit, that means Peach is like this weird like cosmic being now, like that she wasn't before. Like
is this
again,
going
like
to affect like normal Mario canon?
uh, maybe I don't know.
Or is again and there's so many like you say it raises so many questions. It raises questions maybe not in the best of ways too, but like because like Rosalina ditched her sister, like sent her sister off, and then she just grew up as like just didn't reach out to her for years. Like
Yeah,
what
Well,
well,
okay, so
that's the weird thing
this
too.
kind of goes into what I think is going to be the threat in the third movie, whatever it is. Like, whoever was hunting Rosalina and Peach back then, because it
Mhm.
probably wasn't Bowser Jr.
Right.
right?
Yeah, I mean they state that like, hey, something was coming to take the power and stuff, and I had to hide you. It's
Mm,
like that's a question that I have, but also like she left her alone all those years. Like what? That's the questions I have. Is like in the game, it's told that like Rosalina is like a cosmic ancient being. She's not like
mm.
she doesn't age like humans. Like she's like hundreds to thousands of years old. Does that mean Peach is also that, or is she like a half sister? Like what's going on there? Like
Mm.
and I know they're not going to answer any
They're
of
gonna
these
answer those
questions.
questions.
They're not. It's just like the same question. Raven had a question to me during the movie. My wife, she was like, when they showed Bowser Jr., she leaned over. She's like, "Are they going to explain like where he came from?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. Like nobody knows. Like that's just Bowser Jr. and we just accept it." We move
By the way,
on.
I
Like,
was surprised that we didn't get the Sunshine storyline.
yeah,
I
With
same.
Peach,
definitely
yeah.
thought we were gonna get that, of like Bowser basically having lied to him about Peach being his mom.
Yeah, it's like that's my mammy. Oh, I had to explain that to Ace too. It was really funny on the car ride home. He was like, "Yeah, in the game, Bowser Jr. says Peach is his mom," and I'm like, "That's disgusting." And I'm like, "Well, she's not, son, but he thinks she is because Bowser really wants to marry Peach, and he's just like, that's disgusting. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah, you're on the right track.
Ace is literally everyone because no one finished Mario Sunshine.
Exactly.
By the way, I want to note, low key, like one of the best jokes in the movie is in the beginning where the Lumas are rushing into the building, and one of them, the green one, stops, and Rosalie is like, "Did you wash your face?" And he's like, "No," and then he cuts his face, and it's completely dirty. It's like,
Straight up real
no,
life every day.
no, yeah, it was like, "Did you wash your face?" Yes, and it cuts, and it's like, "No."
I love it. And
I
that,
could have used more Lumas in this movie.
that's another part where it's just like they built up Rosalina a lot more than I expected for again, like the one scene that she had, they gave us a lot of
But
development and character.
I think they gave us enough to be kind of mad that there isn't more. That's the problem. And then that's the issue.
Yeah.
Like, Rosalina is a good character.
Yeah.
She's barely in the movie. Fox is a really good character. They gave us way more than what I thought they were going to give it with him. But I wanted more. Yoshi is a scene stealer in every shot he's in.
Yeah.
Does not get enough screen time. And it just bums me out. Like,
Dennis is right. Like, where's our 2-hour cut of this movie? Like, that's what we really need. That's
release
the
the
fault.
Snyder cut, you know?
Because like I
like,
don't disagree, but at the same time, I still think this gave us more than the games gave us for Rosalina's character. Like,
absolutely.
Because like we assume like, yeah, she's the mother of the Lumas, but like we never see her except reading the storybook really emotionally attached to them like she does in this movie. Like, where it's like there's one point where she's like, "Don't touch my fucking children," and I'm like, "Yo, okay, let's go. This is awesome." And like she like rips apart the chains. Like, that was dope. Like, again, she's a badass. Like, she's cool. And like, honestly, like, going back to like characters that kind of surprised me, Bowser Jr. is way too competent in this movie. Like, he's a way better villain than Bowser ever was or ever will be. Like,
I was waiting for like the EGAD reveal of like, oh yeah, he's the one that built all of the tech. Like,
yeah,
but no, it never got there.
Did anyone
like,
did anyone of you see if EGAD's logo was on the pen on the brush?
I didn't see it.
I don't think it was,
like,
but
I'm not sure.
I'm not buying for a second that Bowser Jr. built all that. No way, no shot.
Dude, I while we're on that, I love Bowser Jr.'s story in this movie. Just like where I didn't expect them to go in the direction of like, yeah, Bowser's kind of just a bad dad, and like Bowser Jr. really wants to like just impress him, and it's kind of sad because like he just wants the validation of his dad, and like by the time he finally rescues his dad is so far gone from that. It's just like, oh man, like I kind of wanted Bowser to be bad just to appease that poor little soul. Like,
I was like, I disagree. Like, like I said before, the Bowser storyline I feel like is the best character story in this entire movie. Like, the relationship between him and Bowser Jr. But like when they flipped it on its head with Bowser at the beginning of the movie, and he's just like, he's kind of reformed when he grows back in size and he doesn't immediately turn heel. I was like, I like this. This is refreshing. And I was like, let's keep this going. And then when they introduced Bowser Jr. back in, I was like, it's not gonna last. And like, obviously you can't have Bowser not be the foil, but like, I was so excited for like the idea that he was gonna team up.
It kind of made me sad for Bowser Jr. That's what I mean. Like, there's not that much like that's gonna like tug at your heartstrings, but like looking at just like those two characters side by side, it's like kind of sad, like legitimately.
Yeah.
And like going back to the flashback scene of the puppet show, which is an amazing scene, by the way. And like the way that like, I guess maybe being a parent even is playing into this too, but like where it's just like that a kid looking at their parent, like it's almost like the parent can do no wrong. They just see you as this like shining beacon of like they can do no wrong, even though the parent's fucking up constantly. Like Bowser just drops like, I hadn't seen him for years, and he just kind of throws that away. But then you think about that from the lens of Bowser Jr. and how much he just wants to validate and find the love of his dad. It's like, man, that's so sad.
Yeah.
For this little cartoon, stupid movie.
One of my favorite lines is when Mario, when they're talking about Bowser Jr. and Bowser's still tiny, and it says, "Do you think I have a chance to reconnect with my boy?"
It's so funny. And I do agree with you, Ryan, where I do like the way that they kind of subverted expectations there, where it's like clearly he's just telling Mario what he wants to hear to be the bad guy, and then once like he turns himself to the bee, there's still that part where it's like, no, he's still up to something. But then whenever he's talking to Junior, he's like, nah, kind of fuck with these guys now. It's like, oh shit, that's legitimate. Like,
Yeah,
I
no,
kind of liked that.
I think he was genuinely reformed.
Yeah,
I don't think
no,
it was a play. Like, I think he was genuinely reformed, and it was Bowser Jr. that basically corrupted him again, which was something I did not expect at all. Like, I did not expect because I don't think usually you don't have the younger character corrupting an older character in any narrative.
Yeah,
It's usually the other way around. Like the mentor, like I don't know, like to bring in Star Wars, like it's always like, you know, the older Sith who ends up corrupting and turning a younger apprentice, you know. So it was really surprising for me. To me, that was something that like genuinely like surprised me, and like, oh, I did not see this coming at all.
One of my favorite lines, like I can't even remember the line, but it was like a Bowser Jr. moment where it's just like, yeah, you can't trust anyone, and everyone's out to stab you in the back, and he's just like, man, who told you that? He's like, you did. And he's like, man, I'm a great dad. It's like,
You did on my first day at school.
This is so good.
I love that whole puppetry scene,
dude.
With baby Bowser Jr.
Baby, all the baby characters are way too cute. Like, it's kind of insane.
Oh, dude, we got
Baby Toad.
Yeah, we gotta talk about the babies and Yoshi, the Yoshi's Island sequence.
We gotta talk about Yoshi first before we even get to the
babies,
man. Because man, again, like every other character, Yoshi's perfect in this movie.
Yep.
Man. Like when from the moment they introduce him, so like again, they kind of subvert your expectations a lot in this movie, because it's like, okay, how long is it going to take this movie for Yoshi and Mario to be buds, or for Yoshi and Luigi to gel? And they just immediately subvert that. It's like, oh, instant bonding, instant gratification.
So
they're buds, they're homies. That's the trio. Like, it is so good. Like,
so I thought when, like, in that beginning scene, when they realize that it's Yoshi and then Yoshi hugs Mario, I thought that was gonna lead to like to the reveal that this was the Yoshi that delivered Mario and Luigi.
Yeah.
But that didn't turn out to be the case, because, like, I mean, I had a theory when we saw the babies in the trailers that they were gonna show like flashbacks. Yeah. But and I was pretty I believe I talked about at the time that it's like, I'm going to be disappointed if this means that they're transforming Mario and Luigi into babies, which is exactly what happened. Yeah. And like, it was a fun
really
scene.
Goofy way.
It was a fun scene, but I am a bit disappointed that they didn't go the Yoshi's Island route with like actually establishing the whole thing of like how like babies in this universe are delivered with storks, and it's like, I love that like lore.
There was not enough time in this movie for that, unfortunately.
Yeah. Again, I don't know why this movie couldn't have been 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, the Sonic movies are longer, right?
I don't know.
They're right under 2 hours. They're usually like right at or under 2 hours. Yeah.
It's like, I mean, I mean, you would know better, or you guys would know better. Like, are kids' movies shorter, or like, are there
usually?
Yeah, well, like, aren't there any ones that are like 2 hours?
I think like Wall-E, like Wall-E's kind of a longer one. I don't know. I'd have to really look. I don't know. I don't really know. Most of the time they don't feel like this, where I'm like, man, that really needed more. Most of the time they just
Sonic 2 is 2 hours and 3 minutes. Sonic 1 is an hour and 39 minutes. And Sonic 3 is an hour and 49 minutes. So
yeah. So we could have
Sonic 2 is the longest of the two for sure.
Dude, there's so many moments to talk about here too, because like again, the pacing is crazy. There's so many scenes, the babies, but then going back to the Yoshi, the fucking backstory of Yoshi being the one from the end credits of the first movie,
Yeah.
and him just going through Brooklyn with the
Oh, man.
with the licensed music, but it's an amazing fit for it. Like,
Yeah.
it's such a great scene of like just watching him just like kind of vibe in the human world
People are just
until he gets
looking
like
at him.
found. Yeah,
And it's just a random sequence of Donkey Kong being
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
he's in it.
He's
It was
Yeah.
so
made
cool.
It. So cool.
Yeah, man, because I was like kind of
yeah,
low key
Donkey
disappointed.
Kong,
I'm like, oh, no donkey.
Donkey Kong had 1 second of screen time.
Well, they also reference him in the cold open of Illumination with the hammer from the minions.
The Lumas also
Yeah.
mentioned
Yeah.
Donkey Kong multiple times.
Oh my god, you're right. The one Luma that had the pecs. It's so funny. Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah,
they should
Yoshi's
have had a
amazing.
Luma that just laughed like Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen. The fact that like we got the Yoshi's Island thing is so interesting to me because like it doesn't feel shoehorned, but it is. Like, because it's like, all right, we have to have a Yoshi's Island section. So how do we get these characters into babies? It's like, well, Bowser Jr. is gonna try to kill him. Bowser's gonna be like, don't kill him. And he's like, all right, well, I'll make him cry for mommy. It's like such a fucking weird way to get where
Yeah.
we needed to go just to make a Yoshi's Island reference. But like, that's kind of where we're at with this movie. And it is weird because, again, we talked about it several times now, but like, it's fan service, but it doesn't feel like it is necessarily. Like, it definitely is.
That's where I
mean,
feel
it
like they
isn't-
could have gone with like take a little bit more time, take a little bit of a downturn in the movie where we kind of explore that kind of backstory and they like, for example, what I think would have been a better sequence there is like, okay, Bowser Jr. shoots them down, they crash on the planet, and the R-wing is broken, and it's like, oh, all hope is lost, and then we have this flashback to what happened when Mario and Luigi weren't properly delivered to their parents and Yoshi saved them. And then that they could use that narrative to kind of bring the hope back, basically, in some way, and then kind of go into the third act, or like go into the final part of the movie.
I do like the Toad in this whole situation too. And I love, dude, one of the things that I love that I wish they would have done more of is the Toad Yoshi kind of back and forth, where it's
Yeah.
mostly one-sided from Toad, but I kind of wish that Yoshi was a little more like, kind of like he would like smirk at him like, yeah, fuck you, buddy. I kind of wish they would have went just a little harder on that. But like the fact that like it's not a flashback and Toad's involved on it, like I love the also the Mario Odyssey realistic fucking dinosaur side of it. That scene where fucking Luigi licks the dinosaur's eyeball. It's just like, oh,
dude, that scene is so unhinged. And like,
yeah,
baby Mario going into his mouth and crawling out
it
of his
escalates so
nostril.
quickly where it's just like, man, Toad is so over his head, like just watching these two babies like literally force feed themselves to a dinosaur. So, and man, it's again like, it's so weird that we got there in this movie in that way, but like it still all kind of adds up for me. Like it still makes sense, and and it's still fan service at the same time. But like that whole segment is awesome, and I'm glad that we got it, because if you're gonna put Yoshi in a Mario movie, you better believe like I'm hoping for some Yoshi Island references. Like I'm kind of with you though. I do wish that our Yoshi would have been that one, but at the same time, I'm totally fine because we got the cool Brooklyn backstory too.
I also wanted to mention that I thought I'm not sure this was intended at the time of the making the first movie, but it was actually kind of a really clever misdirect of using the Yoshi egg to tease what people thought would be Mario World, but actually Mario Galaxy, where Yoshi also is. So yeah, I thought like, and again, they played into that with the first trailer,
The
having
music, yep.
having Mario World music and then transitioning to Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, definitely.
One thing too, like that they nailed with Yoshi is like, I'm again glad that they don't have him talk, but like you mentioned Ryan earlier, where it's like, how long is it going to take for them to gel? And like he's treated kind of like a dog, where it's like you meet this rabid beast in the wild, you're just like, hey buddy, hey, how's it going? And he kind of like growls at him for a second before like, oh, you're safe, and then just comes up sniffing, licking on you, and like steals Luigi's motorcycle. And it's just like from then on, it's just like you're right. This is the trio. This is the team, and
It's cemented like in the scene where they're Luigi's kind of razzing Mario about liking Peach or whatever,
yeah,
and like Mario like storms off, and you see Yoshi and him just kind of do that little quick little high five.
yeah,
It's like this is so good.
yeah. It and I wish they had more of it, but I like the Mario kind of like the like. All right, I'm gonna ask Peach out, and like I got her this dope little umbrella, and then the umbrella plays such a huge part in the
Yeah.
entire movie. Dude, that umbrella is so cool. Like I'm so glad that they found a like kind of touching way to introduce it. It's not just an item. It's like, oh, Mario got that for me, and it's like, well, I'm make use of this thing, and it's the coolest fucking umbrella I've ever seen.
They didn't like that. That's the arc for Mario that I said that kind of ended up didn't to really not go anywhere, which is like the kind of the romance of Mario and Peach. It's
Yeah,
like they really like led up to that, and then it just doesn't go
There's no
anywhere.
payoff.
Yeah, there's no
yeah.
payoff.
The
Except for the
moments
little
are
kiss
good.
on the cheek, right?
Yeah, the moments are good. Like a handshake was a great moment, but then
Yeah.
you're right, it doesn't ever escalate to the next thing. Oh my god. Don't I popped off so hard whenever it's such a dumb thing. But whenever Princess Peach has the letter and it shows her in like the silhouette of
Yeah.
the Mario 64 with the letter, it's like, dude, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You got me.
So good.
Also, the hey mustache is really playful there. Like,
Yeah. Oh my god.
What was I was thinking about oh yeah,
that feels
that scene where they're flying to, I think it's when they're flying to the Gateway Galaxy, and Luigi is like really encouraging Mario to go after Peach, and then he says, and then you ask if she has a sister for me. So
Oh yeah, which
a friend. Yeah, maybe she has a friend for me. Yeah.
oh, a friend.
Which-
Right, I forgot about that.
skipping way ahead to the end credit scene.
Daisy.
Where we're introduced to fucking Daisy. Like,
Yeah.
where does she fit in on this? Like, are we gonna? We're not gonna make a Super Mario Land movie, but like,
that's what I was thinking. Like, I was talking to my friend Carl, who I watched a movie with, and it's like, there's no way Super Mario Land is the third movie.
yeah,
See, the weird thing for me is like he makes the comment about maybe she's got a friend for me, and at that point, the cast hasn't really been introduced to Rosalina, and then you get to the end where they're all reunited again, and like Peach is like, "Hey, this is my sister," and Luigi's all like hot and bothered about the fact that she has a sister. And I was like, "Man, they are completely shafting Daisy." And then they showed
that
Daisy
never
at the
even
end of the
occurred to me.
credits.
But you're right. Yeah, that's so funny.
I thought they were just like, yeah, we're Daisy's done.
There's
Sorry,
no way they're doing. There's no way they're doing Luigi Rosalina.
No. I don't think they are.
That would be kind of hype though. Like, let's be real. That'd be pretty sick.
Like there was a split second there, like when they were like, you know, it's brother, sister. Like that was like the idea, and they're like, we're just gonna get rid of Daisy entirely. Like,
where does Daisy fit in? Are they gonna pull some bullshit where it's like we're actually a trio of sisters?
Yeah, no,
like...
I think they're actually
do
doing. I think they're actually doing Sarasa Land.
Yeah, I hope so.
That would be awesome. I am a little bit disappointed that Daisy isn't wasn't because if you are aware, like Daisy has been kind of whitewashed over time. She was like darker in the beginning and then became like whiter and whiter over time. I'm a little bit disappointed that they didn't make her darker in this movie. She
I
does
kind of felt like they did.
she's like she has like a slightly darker tone than the others, but it's not like noticeable really.
I don't know. I have to see again.
Maybe it'll be different when you see them side by side, but
just like coming off of like playing like Tennis Fever, I definitely feel like they improved her skin tone in the movie compared to that, at least, which is like the newest thing that she's been in. But like, I don't know, I'd have to see it again, I guess. I kind of was just shocked that it was happening in the first place, and again, it's so like hard to absorb some of this stuff right away, because like, again, this movie's such a fucking eye candy fest that it's just like, at the very end, I could have been seeing a completely different thing. I don't know.
I think the easy answer for what like the Daisy reveal at the end kind of implicates is, well, Daisy's reveal, like, debut was Mario Land 2, right?
Mario Land.
So was Wario.
Mario Land, the first one. Yeah.
Okay, well then, so Wario's
Mario Land
debut
2 is Wario, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, what we're probably getting next is Wario, Waluigi, Daisy.
Oh yeah, you're right. Man, I'm shocked that they didn't show up at all. That's kind of wild.
I mean, you got to save something for a third movie.
But bro, like, it's kind of disrespectful that we got not only Daisy, Fox McCloud, Pikmin, Rob, Game & Watch before we got Wario or Waluigi in a Mario movie. It's kind of disrespectful.
Like, look, you've got Bowser and Bowser Jr., who are now dead. Luma has made sure of that. So they're out. They can't be in the third movie. They're not coming back. Antagonists for the next movie. Maybe it is Daisy, Wario, and Waluigi, and they're like a counterpart trio, like a Bizarro trio of the Luigi, Mario, and
dude, I'd be
Peach
down
trio.
for that. That's kind of cool.
That's what I think we're probably getting. Like, and maybe it is an alternate universe kind of thing where she's dipped over into their universe and like she's scoping things out. Like,
I think this could be, I don't know. This sounds kind of whack, but maybe this is leading to the Wario Land movie.
Ooh, okay. That's
okay.
I don't know how well that would do, but I mean, you could take my that pitch I had for that Wario Waluigi heist game.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine
make that
Ocean's 11, Wario, Waluigi, and Daisy. That would be fucking awesome.
Oh yeah,
I'm here for
it. Man, I like it.
Yeah.
There's one other thing. Just going back to the Bowser and Bowser Jr. being dead. The dry Bowser was pretty hype. Like, it was like, you see it a mile away when he lands in lava, but like, the design of it's top notch. And again, it's one of those things where it's just like,
New Super Mario Bros. DS mentioned.
Yeah. And that action sequence leading up to it, where you got the original Super Mario Bros. Castle theme orchestrated, and you're just like, oh shit, are they gonna do like the bridge fight? And then they do it with the axe, but it's like way cooler than just jumping on the other side.
Yep.
And like, dude, it's played out so fucking cool, man.
The only thing, and then this is the smallest of nitpicks, but like the power scaling between the first movie and the second movie makes no sense.
Yeah,
it makes absolutely no sense. Mario's getting his lunch eaten the entire first movie by this dude, and all of a sudden he's going toe to toe with two of them at the same time.
But I mean, they're fucking around this Mushroom Kingdom. We didn't even talk about the montage scene.
Oh, dude, I love that so much.
Oh my god!
It's like the Super Mario Brothers can deal with this,
map, dude.
Yeah,
the overworld map is so cool.
Yeah, and this was what I was kind of talking about earlier, where I was like, this is kind of like how they did the montage in the first movie, except this is way better, way cooler with the overworld map. Better. And like it's kind of the same idea where it's like, oh, it shows them going through the different lands and stuff, except now we're actually seeing them do Mario Bros shit. And like the idea that like their entire lives now revolve around saving these fucking dumbass toads. Just makes me laugh. Like,
Yeah.
it's really fun.
Dude,
But yeah,
I mean,
man, that whole
can we talk
sequence was
about
so top notch.
can we talk about like when the Luma's like, oh, can we go to the Mushroom Kingdom and see the castle? And then they just cut immediately to the castle, and Peach is like, where's the castle? And Mario is like, it kinda died.
Ooh, speaking of the Lumas, while we're at it, we got another Super Show reference, or at least a reprisal of it, where the little Luma's like, "I'm hooked on the brothers," or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hooked on the brothers.
Yeah, I love that. The storybook is so like Mario, Luigi, and Peach oriented because the Lumas look at them like they're rock stars. It's like that. That was a cool little twist on everything. And Donkey Kong apparently as well. Which also I thought about it, but I didn't remember till now. On like the Rosalina just kind of ditched them or her sister, or whatever. But like clearly she's keeping up with her. Like the fact that she knows literally the Mario and Luigi adventures and the Peach stuff in between, like it shows that she clearly still cares for her sister.
Yeah, she's watching over
like,
very creepily. That's
yeah.
true.
Very creepily.
It is kind of one of those weird things where it's just like you could have just told her. Like she's old enough now to be like,
Yeah.
hey, yo, you got a sister. Like we can't really
Like,
be
but
by
she
each
said-
other because then evil bitches will come and kill us. But,
Yeah.
like,
Well, she has that line at the end when Peach like hugs. She's like, "I knew you'd come back for me." It's like, what do you mean come back for you? You ditched her. Like,
yeah, that's a good
what are you
point.
talking about? Oh,
Oh,
all right.
No, I mean
Good.
she meant like when she got taken
Oh, yeah.
that she would come save her.
one thing that bothers me, just the tiniest bit, and I know it's such a turn your brain off, throw it away, but the fact that Mario has an R-wing on his TV on the first movie, what's we're never gonna explain that. Like, what's up with that? Like,
Dude,
when we
we're gonna
eventually
have-
meet
Well, that
Pit
explains
from
why he's
Kid
like cool
Icarus.
ship.
I was just gonna bring that up.
Yeah, it's like, so do they? Is Fox like, if he is from another universe? Like, is he a known character in this universe, or are we just gonna just sweep that under the rug? And
Maybe it's like a Buzz
away
Lightyear
from that.
situation where he's a toy or a video game character in Mario's universe, but he's real life in his or something.
yeah. Last thing I'll say, I love that they kept Fox McCloud corny and still
yeah.
awesome.
He's
Like,
so awesome.
He's still got the one-liners. He's still cheesy as fuck. Like, it's perfect, man. I love that he's in this movie.
His design is amazing too.
Incredible. It's so good.
Can
The
we-
R-wing?
It's amazing. And again, just another. I would have loved more. We got so much more
Yeah.
than I thought we were to get from him. I can't like the fact that like of any property that we could get a movie for next. The next one I want now is Star Fox, and I'm not a Star Fox sicko. Like
Yeah.
I have a hard time playing the games if I'm being completely transparent. But like,
I would have said
I can't wait.
Donkey Kong, but like that's only because I thought a Star Fox movie was so out of the realm of possibility. But like, dude, they fucking might as well now. Like,
Did you
dude,
read how the Star Fox casting happened?
No.
So
Glenn Powell, right?
Glenn Powell, he's the guy who he's one of the pilots in Top Gun Maverick.
Oh,
And
is he like a Star Fox fan?
he had after the first Mario movie, he had written to, I guess, either Illumination or to Chris Meledandri specifically, and said like,
awesome.
if you ever do a Star Fox movie, I need to play Fox McCloud. And he was like writing about how much he loves Fox McCloud and all this stuff. And then Chris Meledandri said in the interview that like Glenn is writing all this to me, and he has no idea that Miyamoto is already trying to get Fox
So
McCloud into the
badass.
movie.
Man, that's so fucking awesome. Like, we have to get a Star Fox movie now. Like,
Yeah.
let's just talk about the MCU Like,
Well, before we do that, before we build out the bigger NCU, I wanted to bring up the one last thing about the core Mario cast. When Toad gets his bag snatched by the
Kiki.
what's the yeah, and he's like, my novel. do, do we think that's Paper Mario?
No.
No,
Didn't he say romance novel?
no, he just says novel. My unfinished novel.
Oh yeah, right.
I think it's Paper Mario. And then look, it flips open for a split second, and like YouTubers everywhere are going to be screenshotting that to death to see what they can make out of that page. But I think it's going to be a Paper Mario reference. I don't think it'll be like anything like a movie or anything, but I think we'll see some.
I don't
some
know.
kind of
Since it's
to
a novel, I'm not so sure. Because like Paper Mario is a picture book.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he revises it in the third movie from being a novel to being a picture book. All right, let's hit the bigger NCU picture.
yeah, man, I think we have 3 options next. We either get a Donkey Kong movie, which I think is likely. We get Star Fox movie, or we get a Luigi's Mansion. Because like,
So Donkey Kong is confirmed already, right? We already have a Donkey Kong movie in
I
the
don't actually
works.
know if it is or not.
I don't know. Probably look that up.
I'm looking up. Y'all
Like, if
skip.
it's not, it needs to be. The fact that we got the Kong, what did they call it? Not the Kong Island, the Kong,
I don't know,
whatever,
the Kong lands.
the
or
Kong
whatever.
Land. The fact that we got that in the first one, and it felt already rich, and we got Chunky and Diddy and Dixie Kong, like, you have to imagine that's what they would want to do, especially with the resurgence of Donkey Kong Bonanza, adding Donkey Kong to the theme park, and just all out DK fever. That's got to be like happening.
And I think
That
it's
would
going
be-
to be the Donkey Kong Country movie.
Dude, I would be so ecstatic. I'd love that. I mean, it seems likely. And then, of course, Luigi's Mansion seems like a shoe-in. Because, like, if we're going to do a spin-off Mario movie, like, that's, like, got to be first. Like, I would have said maybe a Yoshi's Island or something, but, like, nah, it's got to be Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
And, like, that would be just really interesting, fun, like, spooky, maybe, like, even Halloween time, like, style movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If we get a
King
Star
Boo.
Fox movie, though, are we looking at just like a traditional, like, what are we looking at? Like, are they going through the campaign of like fighting Andross, or are we doing like a weird spin-off heist kind of
I think
movie? Or like,
I
what are we
think we're
looking at?
100% doing Star Fox 64.
Fuck yeah.
And I think it's gonna be just like a Star Wars movie.
Mhm.
But animated with Star Fox characters. Like I think that's, and this is like what I was talking about earlier. Like I think that movie is going to focus a lot more on the plot.
Mhm.
And like flesh out a lot of, because like Star Fox has a lot of lore. And like a lot of story in the games. Like, you know, the characters are talking over each other, and they're like they're spitting out a lot of exposition when they talk.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I feel like they like in my opinion, Nintendo would stay away from not stay away from it, but like instead of like Star Wars being the blueprint, I think Guardians of the Galaxy would probably be more of a blueprint for a potential Star Fox movie. Just like from a tone perspective. Like I don't see Nintendo doing an overly complicated, heavy storyline just based off of these two movies and their pedigree as a publisher. I think you'd see something far more down to earth.
Well,
No pun.
I think the Zelda movie is going to be way more narratively focused. I would
It's
imagine
also live action, and is that part of the NCU? Because
that's
I don't know.
It's the
here's where
biggest
I'm
wrinkle in all of this.
I would say yes, but
Here's kind of what crossed my mind is in this movie we literally get a different art style in the 2D section. So like, there's nothing to say that they couldn't just make the Zelda one part of it and just animate it. Like,
Yeah, no,
I don't
I
know.
100% like if they do a Smash Bros movie and they bring in the live action Zelda characters, they're going to make animated versions of those characters. I don't think it's gonna be
Yeah.
a fucking Space Jam situation.
That would be insane though.
um, but I mean, it will probably be the
Okay,
same actors playing them. But like,
do do
um,
we actually get a Smash Bros movie? Is that actually on the table now?
so the I do think to some extent yes, but I think there's a problem that needs to be figured out here, which is that in Smash Bros, none of the actual characters are there. Like in the lore of Smash Bros, it is like toys or figures
Toys.
representing those characters. Um, but like the NCU has already established that this is the actual Star Fox traveling to the actual Mario universe.
Mhm.
So if the Zelda characters are in the Smash Bros movies, that has a lot of repercussions for the narrative of Zelda. Because all of a sudden, Link and Zelda are multiversal travelers. Like, you don't go back to fucking medieval ass Hyrule with that knowledge and like just go back to living a normal life. Like that's like a life-changing situation.
Yeah, I don't think there's any uh crossover between the live action Zelda and the rest of the
I
animated
mean,
movies.
hear me out here.
No, I think
This
there
is
is.
maybe a stretch, but like if I was in charge of this, this is how I would do it because I already think it's kind of a fumble that we're getting live actions out anyway. But that's neither here nor there. I think we get in some form because that always plays with time or Dark World or this and that. We're gonna get something tonally maybe misfitting in the movie, but like we'll figure that part out. But some sort of like information of like you're the hero of time. You are some kind of reincarnated being. This is something blah 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 because that's what Zelda is. It's what Link is. At some point, we're gonna get some sort of glimpse of like a Wind Waker esque Link, and that is gonna be the Link that is in the Smash Bros. Movie. Like they're gonna, they're not multiversal necessarily, but they kind of are. Like at the same time, like that's what Zelda is. I mean, like we've got splitting timelines, we've got like different art styles and all that shit, but they are still like quote unquote canonical in the same timeline
Well,
universe
I
type
don't
shit.
think that the art styles are canon. The art
True,
styles
but
are just like what Nintendo have said like with the Zelda timeline is that like these are all legends. These are not actually what happened.
mm.
These are all interpretations of what happened, which is why there are inconsistencies.
But that's what I mean. It could be told like maybe they talk about the legend of the hero of time, and in this back, what is it called? Backflash, backsplash, the hell,
Flashback.
flashback. Holy shit, I'm so tired.
Whoa.
In this flashback scene, they could change up the art style where it is like a Wind Waker esque animated thing, and then from that on, we are free to use like that art style technically in whatever we want. Like in it's passable. It makes sense.
You thinking you're saying they're gonna have some kind of homage to that art style in the movie?
Yeah, I mean, like similar to how like think of like the Harry Potter movies and the Deathly Hallows, where they have they're telling this legend, this story of the Horcruxes, but it's in like this animated, like kind of
Yeah, but it's like
completely.
that art style that they use is like it's like a sketching. Like it's not like
Yeah,
a fully animated rendering of a
no, I
cartoon
don't think it's
character.
going to be that either, but it's going to be very Wind Waker esque, like, and then we're free to use that in the
The
quote unquote the Smash Bros movie.
the rumored reports of the what's going on with Zelda is that it's supposed to be a trilogy, right? Like and then, like
I have no idea.
Yeah, well, that's what the talks
I mean,
are.
the
And it's like,
the reports are that they're trying to make it like the new Lord of the Rings.
right, the new Lord of the Rings. Like it's even being filmed in the same locations.
Yeah, it's being made in New Zealand. Like that is
And I don't know.
incredibly intentional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they this feels like they're taking this very seriously. Like
Yeah.
I think I'm not saying that we don't get Zelda in the NCU, but I think it'll be a different interpretation.
I
I don't think it'll be this Zelda.
Well,
And
I think the reason why it would be the same characters is because otherwise there's no reason to have them. Like, how would you feel in, like, let's say, like in Marvel, like they did Avengers, and then Iron Man is just a different Iron Man? Like that would be so lame. So like I think it's definitely going to be the same character, but I don't think we are seeing that until after the trilogy.
yeah, I don't think we're seeing a Smash Bros movie anytime soon.
Yeah, not anytime soon. Like we need to kind of get an understanding of how, if at all, Nintendo starts increasing the frequency of the movies, because like if they're gonna do an NCU and they're releasing one movie every 3 years, like that's not happening. Like we're not getting anywhere anytime soon. Like Ace will have his own family by the time the Smash Bros movie comes out. You know, so like I think they're definitely probably going to start increasing the pace. I think the team that works on the Mario movies, they're probably gonna jump into making the next Mario movie, or maybe we're getting multiple spin-offs that will all lead into the third Mario movie. That is also an alternative that I can see. Like I could see them doing like Donkey Kong, Luigi's Mansion, um, the Wario
Super Mario
Land
Odyssey.
movie, and then have all of those lead into the third Mario movie. As
So
as like a Mario focused Avengers situation.
who's the big bad?
So my theory about the villain, or like the villain of the third Mario movie, is that I think Bowser and Bowser Jr., they're gonna experiment and try to give Bowser his body back. And what is gonna happen is that it goes terribly awry and he becomes Fury Bowser.
Oh yeah,
And Bowser
like
Jr. comes to Mario and friends and
For
begs
help.
him for help. That is what I think is going to happen. But the other thing that we kind of talked about a little bit before, while we were waiting for Curly before the stream, what if the Koopalings?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Koopalings. I thought we were gonna see them in the different airships for a minute, but didn't happen.
So
That's a
that
good
is
one.
also another one. But I think Fury Bowser would be awesome. But it kind
Also,
of
get
goes
Super
back
Saiyan
to
Mario.
yeah. But it kind of goes back to like, what is the next movie gonna be called? Because like Super Mario,
Odyssey.
the Super Mario Bros movie. Well, I'll get to why Odyssey wouldn't make any sense. So Super Mario Bros movie is kind of, I don't know, yeah, it's not really based on Super Mario Brothers, but it's like it's based on the loose the loose kind of framework of Super Mario Bros, you know? Super Mario Galaxy is definitely based on Super Mario Galaxy. You could never make a movie based on Super Mario Odyssey because you've already harvested all of the interesting elements from that movie and from that game.
Except for the most interesting.
The wedding.
The wedding was in the
Well,
first movie.
Oh shit, it was. Yeah.
But the wedding is the most
Cappy.
interesting part of Odyssey.
Well, the
Well,
wedding
I was
was
just
there.
thinking.
The wedding was there.
I was
They've
thinking
taken-
of how you could pull it back to, but yeah, no, that was our
the wedding
Cappy
was
would
there.
be the answer.
Yeah,
Cappy and New Donk City.
I think okay, so well, in the Galaxy movie they had the dinosaur, which that was like the prehistoric place.
Oh, we didn't even
basically.
talk about yeah.
In Galaxy they also had Tostarena at the beginning of the movie, and
the fucking dragon.
I think it is clearly indicated that Brooklyn, or like the New York that exists in quote unquote the real world, is this universe's New Donk City, because Pauline is there and she is the mayor.
Yeah.
So like Odyssey has been thoroughly mined of all of its possible narrative beats.
The moon. We haven't been to the moon yet.
Yeah, sure, but that's not the whole. That's not a whole story. So, like, Mario Odyssey wouldn't make sense, and I mean, sure,
We're going
they
to
could.
the moon.
Of course, they could steal the name, but it's like I don't know. I don't think they would do that. And like,
my theory is it's probably going to be whatever the next 3D Mario is. If we got
See,
two
maybe,
spin-off movies
but-
in between, then
My thing is, I want them to go more like I don't want us to expand upward, at least yet. I would like this to expand outward to other Mario IP and see how they've kind of set up where Bowser is like less of a foil for Mario. They kind of have like like they have moments where they're like, hey, these guys are kind of cool, and then he saves Bowser Jr. at the end. And maybe we're gonna get some more like lightheartedness between the characters, and we're gonna get like Mario Party homages and Mario like sports games homages.
So here
is Super Mario Legend of the Seven Stars.
Dude, here's
Mario
what I was
and
thinking.
Bowser team up.
Here's what I was thinking with the Daisy thing of like, if they were to do a misdirect again, like they did with Yoshi, it's like, okay, Yoshi was introduced in Super Mario World, but it ended up being Super Mario Galaxy. What if they did, instead of Super Mario Land, they did the Mario Tennis movie?
I'm here for it. I'm so here for it, dude.
The Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games movie.
Oh my god. Oh, that's a question. We gonna see Sonic in this universe at all?
No.
I think movie Sonic will be in the Smash Bros. Movie.
I don't think so.
I think it's gonna happen. I feel like
Yeah.
I think if we get a Smash Bros. Movie, it's going to be the Core 8 from the original 64 game.
I already found it kind of interesting that Sonic had the teaser trailer before the movie. I was like, that's interesting.
That trailer's
But-
been out though. It's not like it came out with the movie.
Yeah, it is still kind of like a weird thing. It's like seeing like a DC trailer before a Marvel movie where it's like, all right, fascinating.
I haven't seen that. There were no previews at all at our screening. They hadn't received them yet.
It's the same one that they released on socials with the hammer and
Flying through the
basically
chaos chains.
announcing that it's like, hey everybody, I know y'all are here to see this Mario Galaxy movie April. Next April, you can see the Sonic 4 movie. Holla later.
Yeah, as far as like other characters, like the Smash Bros. Movie, I don't think we're getting like everybody's here kind of moment because like Sonic, I don't see Sonic being.
If we
in
get
the
a Smash Bros. Movie, we're getting Sonic. Sonic's
We're
gonna
getting
be
I think we're seeing the main 8. We're gonna see Link. We're gonna see Mario and Luigi, probably
gotta get
Bowser.
Pikachu.
Well, see, that's the thing is like
We'll see Ryan Reynolds Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
they can't, right? Like the center of the Smash Bros. We have to have like a Pokemon movie, right? Like I mean, we have plenty of them, but like
we're joking about it, but I could legitimately see them go with Detective Pikachu. I can see it.
So what movies do we still need Kirby and we still need Samus? Those are staples. You got to have them.
Dude,
I don't know.
me and my friends, we've been joking for a long time that the post-credit scene would have been Kirby with an
Nick
eye
Fury.
patch. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I want to
Dude,
talk to you about the Smash Bros. Initiative.
Bro, it was the Detective Pikachu reactions like to the character designs. I was on that podcast with you when we pitched that idea. It was years and years ago. But I mean, it's just it sucks that they haven't done that already. The Kirby being the Nick Fury is too fucking good to be true.
Yeah, I mean, he would be
We
like
haven't
a
even seen Kirby yet.
self-insert. He would be a self-insert for Sakurai.
Right. Exactly.
How in the two movies that we've gotten, the fact that they went like Star Fox in this movie instead of Kirby is kind of weird to me. Like, I feel like Kirby's the more
Well,
widely known.
I think
That's
Miyamoto
just
seems to
Miyamoto.
have tackled it from the perspective that he made the Star Fox.
Mhm.
So like
Gotcha.
I think he maybe feels a little bit hesitant to use characters that he didn't make.
Right. Which is why
Apparently
Donkey Kong
also
and-
he said like he expected to have a lot more like internal like resistance internally at Nintendo for bringing Star Fox into the movie. And he was like I was like getting ready for lobbying for this, and then he didn't really have any resistance at all.
That's kind of
This also means that we're finally going to get another Star Fox game, right? Like it's going to happen now.
I would hope so. But I was talking to my friend Carl about this regarding Star Fox. Like, I think a Star Fox movie has a lot of potential because I think Nintendo might be a lot more limited in what they can do with a Star Fox game because there's a lot of expectations for what Star Fox is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
While there are no expectations for a Star Fox movie other than
True.
you know, like hitting some narrative beats basically. So so yeah, I do see a lot of potential in a Star Fox movie.
Where do we see? So like, okay, so we have the outlook of what looks like we have hints towards so far. We have very like obvious homages towards Luigi's Mansion in the first movie. Donkey Kong's there with the entire Donkey Kong Kingdom or whatever. And then we've got Fox. So we've got outlines for 3 potential spin-offs. Where do those lead? Like what? Because I like the way that they're kind of like, here's this character in this person's movie. Maybe we can get a movie off of them. So like if they did the Donkey Kong movie, what characters do they throw in there to like be like, hey, here's where we could go next after this? And then same thing with Luigi's Mansion or like with Star Fox. Star Fox seems obvious. Was where
I
that would
don't
be
think they
the
would
most obvious
do.
way to do Metroid.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna do a lot of this like um universe hopping stuff like because this definitely seemed like more of a like an accident. It's like Star Fox wasn't supposed to be here. So I don't know
Did they
if they're
say it
gonna
was a
do.
universe thing? I thought it was just a different galaxy.
No, he said universe.
Who did?
Star Fox.
It all happened too quick for me. I have no idea.
I thought he said it's just his hyperdrive malfunctioned or something like that.
Yeah, and he got like transported to this universe.
Okay.
I mean, who's to say that Kirby's little fucking star doesn't have a hyperdrive? You know, just hop in and out. I don't see them spinning off spin-offs personally. I think if they're gonna do a Donkey Kong Country movie, I don't necessarily think they're gonna be as like IP crazy as they are with the Mario movie, just because everyone's going to see the Mario movie. The Donkey Kong Country movie, it's gonna rock. I'm gonna be there,
but you have to.
It doesn't have the same.
Like you have to build these characters if you're going to, because you have so much fan service and such little screen time for characters. You have to give these characters moments to breathe in other people's movies, right? Like so, like.
Well, I mean, look at it as like the
MCU
level. Like where it's just like we got what Iron Man and Hulk, and they crossed over at the ends, right? But it wasn't until we got like the Avengers where they started like actually crossing over. But like Iron Man was like the main through line movies. Like that's kind of what we're looking at here.
Yeah, like
I mean,
you had situation where like the Captain America movie kind of didn't have any setup. Just kind of
Yeah.
happened and then tied itself into
so
the
that's
rest at
because
the
that's a
end.
period piece.
Yeah, but I'm
It
saying
also,
like you could. I think Nintendo could just spontaneously announce a Kirby movie.
Yeah. And
yeah,
also,
Without having
I mean,
introduced Kirby beforehand.
I
but
think you're losing
Just like they're doing with
like,
Zelda. They're doing a Zelda movie. They didn't have Link
but
in the Mario
Zelda's
movie.
but Zelda and Mario have transcended like normal Nintendo IP. I feel like if you're doing these other characters, when you're trying to build
here
out the
we
Smash,
go. What about
here
Splatoon?
We're
Where's this
not
fucking movie, y'all?
we're not
Where's it
having this
at?
conversation again, dude.
but
By the
what
way,
I'm
they
saying
should
is like
totally do a Splatoon movie. That would be
they absolutely
sick.
should do a Splatoon movie.
It's
But like,
crazy that it's not even been brought up until now. It's almost like it's not in the same fucking echelon. But all right, here we are.
shut up, shut your mouth. But like what I'm saying is like with these other characters, when you're gonna do their movies, like there isn't that same level of familiarity with those characters as there is, or desire to see them built out the way there is for Mario and Zelda. Like I feel like when we get to these smaller movies, you have to show these characters in movies that we care about, or like that the masses care about, for people to care about going to see them elsewhere. Like
No,
if they had just been
I
like, hey,
don't.
hey,
You have Guardians of the Galaxy.
that is lightning in a bottle. That
That
does not
had
happen every
no
time.
setup. No, I think that Guardians of the Galaxy lived entirely on credibility.
But that is the anomaly that proves the rule in Guardians of the Galaxy, because you also have other movies within the MCU that that show the latter. Because Eternals they were like, oh well, they'll just do the same thing with Eternals that they did with Guardians, and then they
But
absolutely did
Eternals
not.
wasn't
Like,
good.
But also, to your point, Donkey Kong's already been in the Mario movie. Why would we need more characters outside of Donkey Kong's IP in its movie? Like, it's not the same thing.
I'm not saying not more. I'm talking about if you're doing movies on these characters, like other characters that are going to appear in the Smash Bros. Movie, or to build out the
Oh,
MCU.
yeah. No,
I'm not
I mean,
saying like for instance, like, and I'm just saying what makes sense. Like, we're not just gonna be like, hey, here's a Metroid movie. I feel like you should introduce Samus in another movie that you have appeal for, and then be like, hey, did you like this character? Now they have their own movie. The way they're gonna do, like, if they had just been like, hey, here's a Star Fox movie, I think it would flop. But now everybody and their mother is gonna go see this movie and be like, man, Star Fox is really cool. I want to go see his movie when he comes out.
I don't think they have to
But
do that for all the movies. Like it
I
was a
think they
smart
should.
move for
But
Star Fox. Like, but I think what they need to do is just establish a track record, and then they can just kind of start doing whatever they want as long as they keep the quality high. The problem with Eternals was that the quality of Marvel movies had already started to go down. They had already started to um, flood the market with a bunch of Disney Plus shows, and then they release a mediocre movie that nobody wanted to see because it was mediocre, not because it wasn't Guardians of the Galaxy.
I mean, to that point, I mean, the Mario movies, we love them, but they critically did flop, right? Like,
right, so
both
that's
of
what
them.
let's say. But they, like, audience wise, they're great because they're filled with fan service and they're filled with characters that people love. The rest of the Nintendo IP don't have that same benefit. So
Yeah,
if you're
but
getting
Well,
lackluster
what I
movies,
think,
which is what we've gotten so far based off of just their narrative and storytelling alone.
I think what we're
you
gonna
wouldn't
see.
give Illumination a Metroid movie, though. That wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, that would probably be like another Sony Pictures production, like the Zelda
Yeah.
movie.
Because,
But
like,
like,
if you're going to do a Metroid movie, it's going to have to be, like, alien-esque. It's going to be borderline horror. It's like
Dude,
you can't really put that
Nintendo
in a
would
Donkey
never
Kong movie.
make it a horror movie, and
It's
it
got to be
has
kid
to
appropriate.
be.
It's got to be.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
got to
not
be
saying like
for the kids, for the
horror
masses.
horror. I'm
Like,
saying borderline. Like it's gonna have to
Yeah.
be an
I mean, I
alien
want
movie
it to be
for
a horror
kids.
movie. No, I don't think it doesn't necessarily like it would target the same kind of audience as Lord of the Rings, where it's like uh
Metroid?
Metroid and Zelda, like though they're like they're live action movies. I think they're gonna target an older audience.
You think
Yeah.
Metroid's going to be a live action movie?
100%. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
I think so.
It's 100% a live action movie.
No, that's got to be an animated movie.
No. If
I would have said the
Zelda-
same thing about Zelda.
if Zelda is not an animated movie, then Metroid is definitely not an animated movie.
1,000%.
Metroid is literally like not like quite explicitly inspired by Alien. There's no way they would make that an animated movie. Zelda had some amount of chance of being an animated movie. I don't think Metroid has any chance of being an animated movie. And I think, I mean, Curly, you would probably agree, right? Like, Metroid should be a live action movie.
Yeah, no, I agree.
While,
to be
like,
honest, though, if
we could both argue.
if I had to pick, I would say that Metroid should be like an anime style, like similar to how they did with the Star Fox Zero, but that's not going to happen. Like,
No, I want a live action. By the way,
Yeah.
who should play Samus?
Taylor Swift.
No. My first
I have no idea.
thought, my first thought was Margot Robbie.
I would have said Brie Larson.
My first thought was Margot Robbie, but I don't really know why.
Man, yeah, I don't know. I don't want live action.
Honestly,
Metroid.
I think an unknown actress probably.
That's the route they went with Zelda. So
Yeah. But I think
because like
I think
the voice cast of Mario.
So
would lead you
another
to think otherwise, but
another way that you can get butts in seats is with names. And I think Metroid is a movie where you bank on a name.
we can't even get people to buy Metroid games.
Exactly. This is why you need to bank on a name.
The Zelda movie, the Zelda movie is going to be the tell for me. But I have no faith in Nintendo's ability to tell a compelling story.
Well, it's not
or a compelling
Nintendo
narrative.
telling the story. It's a Hollywood production.
Nintendo's well, okay. So Hollywood crapped the bed with Mario, and
They're
quite
doing
frankly,
Zelda.
if I'm
Hollywood's
being
doing Zelda.
if I'm being completely transparent here, like the Zelda stories are not like next level stories either. It's not like they have ridiculous
But they have so much
source material to pull.
Well, I think you're painting with way too broad of a stroke. Like Shigeru Miyamoto walks into the Mario movie being like, let's make a fun ass movie. Shigeru Miyamoto walks into the Zelda movie being like, let's make fucking Lord of the Rings. He's not like
that sounds great on paper.
He's not like I don't he understands that there's a difference. Like he's clarified what he's meant about the storybook thing since like it wasn't that he hates story in games. It's that Mario isn't the place for it in his opinion. Like
okay, but
Zelda is the
talking
place for a narrative.
But Nintendo doesn't have like compelling narrative across a multitudes of their IP.
But
Zelda
again,
included, like
Nintendo games are still gameplay focused. And like I think the story is still great in the Zelda games, but like it's not the focus. In a movie, it is the focus.
The stories are serviceable. but that's the source material that they're pulling from. That's what they have to go on. When you're
Yeah,
talking
but
about
like,
Lord of the Rings, hold on. When you're talking about Lord of the Rings, we're gonna go after Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, the movies, pulled from incredible source material. That's why they're amazing.
Well, there,
This movie,
I think Zelda has really great source material. They're
yeah,
just gonna have to do a lot of filling in the blanks.
yeah, there's so much, like, if we're comparing Mario to Zelda, Mario doesn't have any story. Zelda has lore and
Yeah,
story to it. Like, dude, we don't know anything about Mario lore. Like, Mario Bros. 3 has nothing to do with any of the other games.
yeah.
Is it a
Mario
stage
Bros.
play?
3
Is
is
it
like
real?
literally
Is
a
it a
stage
fever
play.
dream? Like, that's what I mean.
Link
Like,
is a
and
silent protagonist, y'all. Like,
He's
yeah,
definitely
but there's so
talking in
much
the movie.
lore baked into the Legend of Zelda. The whole franchise, the whole series, the
Yeah,
games themselves have
and
actual plot. Like,
more
there's no plot
importantly,
to Mario.
those plots are so loose, though. Like like
the fans love the story, love the lore of the
Yeah.
Zelda universe.
they love the world building within the world, sure, but like the characters are not like compelling three-dimensional characters. They're very one note. Like they
Again,
don't
their
This
have
is
game
this is
like
adapting it for a movie, though.
yeah, this is for
That's
a
the
movie.
difference.
Like it's different. Like
exactly.
No,
But the
like,
characters in this, hold on.
no.
what
You
are you?
hold on. Mario, the exact thing that I said earlier at the beginning of this podcast is these Mario movies don't have much plot or story to it because it's adapting what Mario is fundamentally into a movie.
Yeah, and
If you're
like
adapting Zelda into a movie, it's going to be way more plot and character centric. The games are way more focused on that than Mario is.
But you're okay, so those characters have to have like backstory and lore and but like personality written for them. They don't have that in the Zelda games. Like
That's why you have writers on the movie. What do you mean?
Ryan, you're literally making no sense.
I'm making plenty of sense. I'm saying that Nintendo to this point has not shown that in their
Again,
movies,
Nintendo is not making these movies.
Nintendo is heavily in hand like working on these movies. They're not just letting
Nintendo
people
is
just do whatever the hell they want.
no, but they're in like a supervisory role. Miyamoto is a producer, and that's like the most involved anyone is on these movies from Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
I'm pretty sure like the Nintendo staff in the credits, they're listed as key people.
Well, let me ask you this. Was Nintendo involved in any of its animated projects before the Mario movies came out? Like the Zelda TV show, the Mario TV show,
And
any
I'm
of that
pretty
stuff?
sure no.
The Mario movie, the live action one.
But that was like a
no.
completely different time.
Have at any point in Nintendo's history have we seen any kind of feature film, movie, TV show, animated work outside of a game that had a successfully written narrative or compelling story? Answer the
No,
question honestly.
no, this is the first time we're seeing it being done.
No. We still haven't seen it because the Mario movies haven't done it.
That's what I'm saying. This is the first time we're seeing it being done.
Wait,
I'm saying
hold.
you have to prove that before you have good faith of that, right? Like we're not just gonna be like, hey, Nintendo's
But
got
you're
the
that's
bag for
that's
this.
not
Like,
what we're saying. You're being like Nintendo games have bad stories, hence movie will have bad story. That's what you're saying.
that's
Like
not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying. You're miscontextualizing what I'm saying. I am saying that they came out swinging with we're going to go for Lord of the Rings when you don't have Lord of the Rings source material. Lord of the Rings movies are based off of incredible source material story wise. The Zelda games are not based off of incredible source material story wise. They are based off of incredible source material gameplay wise. So this is a completely different type of project that we're looking into. And it's the same thing for Metroid. Y'all talk about making Metroid a live action movie where like you're not banking on fan service and recognizability of familiarity with the way the Mario movies do. If you're not doing that, then Nintendo has to prove that whatever adaptations whoever they give the stuff to, and they're using Sony for freaking the Zelda movie. So good luck with that. because they even with great source material, they still fumbled the bag constantly. What I'm saying is, you don't have these gripping stories that are going to appeal to the masses outside of your core gamer audience, and you're not conveying gameplay in these movies.
Yeah, I don't. I guess I don't understand your point.
Yeah,
I'm
Because
saying you have to
like
again,
prove it before you just.
this isn't Nintendo saying we're adapting Lord of the Rings. Like that, they're adapting The Legend of Zelda for a movie. They're hiring teams that are literally writers. Like
yeah, that
they're not
will
just going. It's
expand,
not
that will
Nintendo saying
work on
like we're
that.
making Zelda the movie now. It's not Nintendo
Yeah,
But
making
people,
a
studios
movie.
hire writers all the time
Right.
without
And
finding
sometimes
success. Like
they might write a bad movie, but like who's to know? Like
you have,
the fact
but
that
like
like we can't say like, hey, Lord of the Rings based off these amazing books. It's like, okay, but like Elden Ring was a great game with some great lore and great things that writers of video games
written
and
by a prolific author. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean that it's not Miyamoto writing the movie. That's what I'm saying. Is like I don't know who's
No,
writing the movie, but they've got
but the
people
source
who do
material
that
that
for a
these
living
writers are
writing
going to reference are
it.
Nintendo products. Like
yeah, and
Yeah,
I
like
mean, like I again, like I don't really understand your argument. Like in the case of adapting Lord of the Rings, then you're adapting the literal script that was written in the book and adapting like the lines and everything. In this case, you're taking the immense amount of lore and that exists and formulating an original story from that. And like there's a lot to go from. And like the thing is like with like I don't think you can take the actual like cinema score or whatever for the Mario movie as proof of Nintendo not being able to make quote unquote good movies. I think that is just what they intended to make. Like the
I
movie
think
that
we
the
have too small of a
movies,
sample size to say that.
the two movies that came out, I think is exactly what Miyamoto wanted to make. And like again, like they're Nintendo is very careful about their reputation and how people see them. They want people to see them as a house of quality. And like I don't think Miyamoto would allow a bad Zelda movie to come out. I think they would cancel the movie if it was bad.
Nintendo is a house of quality and wouldn't allow bad products to come out. If they saw something was bad, they would. I don't agree with that statement in the slightest, but that's neither here. We
Well,
don't have to touch on that.
I think movies are different because they're so new in this area that they would be more selective. Like if they and I think they've gone into production far enough that they think that they have some kind of good idea that this movie is gonna be good. Like I don't think they've gone this far without a good script. Like they've nailed down that part probably at this point. Like I don't think they would have announced this movie at all if the script wasn't good. And I don't think the Zelda movie they would have kept rebooting the Zelda movie until they had a good script.
yeah, I guess just like dialing back to what the point was of like
You also,
hypothetically
my,
we're
my
getting
point
like a
here
Metroid
is
movie doesn't have to have the character tie in to another movie, and then based on like the pedigree of these movies, there is too small of a sample size to know. Like,
my, okay, I guess what I'm kind of diving at is, and the reason that I wanted to like I think the best path for Nintendo going forward is you need cohesion across your entire MCU, and doing multiple live action projects hurts that because you're not it just having too many different types of medium and trying to hey, here's a Super Smash Bros. Movie where we have two live action entries coming over to an animated side just feels very discombobulated. And more
to be
importantly,
fair, like I don't think Super Smash Bros is their end goal. Like that's fun for us to speculate and be hype about, but they're not like going in here like our end goal. We're gonna make a Super Smash Bros movie. That's not. They don't care about doing that right now. They're just trying to adapt their video games, to make movies, to make the IP more popular, to sell more games. Like,
Yeah, like I think right now, their scope right now, if I had to guess, is basically kind of like what Marvel started out as. Like they started out with was it 5 movies that led into Avengers. And right now I think we're going to see approximately 5 movies that are going to lead into the third Mario movie, which will be their Avengers moment.
Sure.
And then
Okay.
like
So whether
for wait, hold on. And then like Infinity War and Endgame, that was like entirely improvised. Like they did not have a plan. They just happened to be able to bring everything together for an amazing conclusion. But like they like in when they made Avengers, they like the only reason Thanos was at the end of that movie was because Joss Whedon wanted him there. They had no plan to do anything with Thanos at all until way later when they were like, "Oh, let's use Thanos as the final villain." And it was like, and then like 5 years later, they made those movies. Like, and like, oh yeah, James Gunn used the fucking stone for some reason. Well, let's use that and whatever. Like they just kind of happened to have all the pieces they needed to pull it together. And I think they're
so
gonna
but
do the same thing here. They
but
don't have a plan.
everything in phase 1 is live action. Like, so I guess what
I
I'm
think you're. I think doesn't matter.
I think it does. I think cohesion over a shared universe. We're talking about the NCU, not just if they're not shared, then it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want wherever you want. But if this is a shared universe where all these characters coexist, then yeah, it does matter. Getting people to come together for a Mario 3 where everybody you've seen up to this point is here doesn't make sense if 2 of those characters were in live action movies. Like, or not that it doesn't make sense, but that it's just it's more difficult for the mass audience. And y'all seem to have faith in Nintendo's ability to produce like high quality live action where we haven't seen that, or high quality narratives where we haven't seen that. Like I'm
I
just in
don't
a
I don't think I
prove it.
have high faith either way or not. Like, I'm just saying, like, to your point, like, of the Lord of the Rings being the core source material, I don't think is really relevant to the Legend of Zelda movie. Like, I think
I think it. Well, it's relevant in the fact that they're swinging. They swung at the fence of we're aiming for Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, and like what my entire point with like doing that or like going into that part of the conversation is like they know that they have to know that so many movies have tried to replicate that and failed. And if they are like not they haven't really like I don't think publicly said it, but like enough that people know that this is what their goal is, they're not like rushing this, they're not running in to fuck this up. Like they want this to work.
I also think the Lord of the Rings comparison isn't maybe exactly one to one. That's what they're doing. They're trying to make the Legend of Zelda, which is a fantasy series, work in
Yeah,
live
yeah,
action.
yeah.
And if you're
What I
gonna,
think what they mean with the Lord of the Rings comparison is this is the next like fantasy trilogy that's gonna
yeah,
shake the world.
That's a lofty goal. Like that's a
Yeah,
very
I know it's a lofty goal, and a lot of people have tried, but that's what that's what their goal is, I think. They want to make a great fantasy trilogy that's going to be a destination watch for the years to come.
I mean, but also like that is a lofty goal. But we're also talking about the Legend of Zelda. Like, that's gonna make $1 billion. Like, again, Mario and Zelda are in an echelon of its own. Like, you put out a Legend of Zelda movie and it might be bad. People are still gonna go see the damn thing. Like, that's just where we're at with it. Like, that IP is too big. That franchise is too big to not at least make money. Like, it
the
prints money.
the
Like,
the first one. I absolutely agree with
yeah.
you.
No, I mean,
If the
I
first one is doo-doo, then I
If the
mean
first
that's
one
not the case anymore.
if the first one's bad, I don't think we're getting 2 and 3.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I would agree. I don't think we see a live action Metroid if the first Legend of Zelda is bad. But like
Yeah.
at the same time, it might be great. I don't know.
Which
It
is
might
why,
be shit. It might be
just
mid.
from my personal standpoint, I would just much rather if we were doing the more cohesive route of building out a shared animated universe where we just saw these characters interacting in each other's movies. To me,
Yeah,
it feels
Again, like I think live action is just another art style. I don't think I really don't think it matters. And
I
like
also don't
just
think
like how
that.
like when in Smash Bros, you don't have like Snake isn't a live action person in Smash Bros. Or like he doesn't look as realistic as he does in us like in a Metal Gear game. He
Do you have
looks
Snake and
they've
Game & Watch
adapted
fighting
him
each
for
other?
the art style.
he looks just like he does in Metal Gear Solid 2. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean like all of the characters have adapted their art styles for Smash Bros. Except
Smash
for
Bros.
except for Steve from Minecraft, because Sakurai said that you lose the point of Minecraft if you change the art style.
Where yeah, I mean, you literally have Cloud Strife fighting Steve in Minecraft. Completely don't match art style or character designer. The world doesn't fit. But like, also, I think we're again having fun speculating and enjoying the quote unquote NCU. That's not what their like end goal is right now. Like again, they put Donkey Kong in a Mario movie because that makes sense. That's the origin of the entire series. They put Star Fox in here because it's like it's a Mario Galaxy movie. Miyamoto made fucking Mario and Star Fox. So yeah, why not?
Yeah,
It's
and
not
like
like they're
there's
like, well,
space. Like
shit, we can't make a live action Zelda because it all has to be contained. It's like, again, I agree. I kind of wish that the Zelda movie was animated, but like, I'm also interested to see how this movie is going to turn out. It could be awesome, could be shit. I don't know, but like their thought process isn't like we can't make it live action because it has to fit with this other universe. That's not their thought process. They're
Obviously not.
going to make a Metroid movie. If they make a Metroid movie, it's going to be live action because that's what makes sense for that game. It doesn't matter what the
it's what makes sense for
NCU
the
quote unquote
genre
is
of
doing.
movie they would go for as well.
Yeah.
And like
I mean,
again, like
they don't do. It's not like Metroid games are photorealistic.
I
No,
mean,
yeah.
no, but
I
like
mean,
they're
neither
very
are Zelda
humanoid
games.
characters. I think when you go for like that
Yes.
amount of humanoid character, you don't make an animated movie. Tell me an animated movie that has like proportionally realistic characters.
I don't know if Samus is
Yeah,
proportionally in the armor. It does, you know.
she's like the only human character you see half the time, right? The rest of them
That's
are all
fair. Yeah,
monsters.
the rest of them are robots and aliens.
Yeah, but
And
it's
she's
like
in a suit 90% of the time.
yeah,
like,
but it's the same thing as like calling the Lion King remake a live action movie. There's not a single human in that movie. It's a live action
also, like,
style.
I think my point is they've already proven that that's what they're going to do because the Zelda movie is live action. Like, why
Yeah.
wouldn't they do Metroid
Can
live action as
we
well?
also talk about the fact, and this could be I could be completely off base here because I'm sure Nintendo's got tons of money to throw at a Metroid movie, but to get the returns that they would need for the budget of a live action Metroid movie for it to look good, like
Well,
That's what I said earlier. We
yeah,
can't even
this
get people
is
to buy Metroid games. So, like,
look this is
Like,
why this is why I went down this entire rabbit hole to begin with. Is that their goal? What I think they're doing right now is building their track record, so that when they do a Metroid movie, they can live on like, oh, this is a Nintendo movie, it's gonna be good. And I don't know, they probably have fucking Margot Robbie or something as Samus, so then you get the casuals as well that love Barbie.
Is that how that works anymore though?
Totally.
Like getting a
Why do
high
you
profile actor
think
doesn't guarantee you money. Like it
what
doesn't.
why do you think Marvel is spending like over $100 million to get Robert Downey Jr. back?
Because people are familiar with him from their own universe, though. Margot
No, it's
Robbie's never been in a Nintendo.
because they want Robert Downey Jr.
Because he was Iron Man in their universe, and their fans know him. Nintendo doesn't know Margot Robbie.
It was just an example. But like there are a lot of movies that just get like high tier talent to attract to get butts in seats.
I mean,
Rock
And
is
it
gonna
doesn't
be
always work.
Samus.
Like it also needs to be a good movie.
It does. That's very true. All right, fellas. Y'all want to conclude here? We've been
Yeah,
spinning wheels
I'm
on
down.
this for a while.
I could argue
Any-
with you dumbasses all day.
Any closing thoughts?
No, I'm not a dumbass. Curly, you and I, we're not dumbasses. Ryan is the dumbass.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Like we'll look. We got the Zelda movie coming out next year.
10 years from now, you're gonna eat your words, man.
Look, I am not saying the Zelda movie will be good. I am saying from everything that I'm hearing, I think this is what they are trying to do. They are trying to make a quality movie. They're trying to make like a movie that will be that will an event movie that people
the
will
one
go watch
caveat
in theaters.
is the Sony that you brought up the point of. So it's an interesting director and studio to partner with for it. But I mean, hey,
Yeah,
what do I know?
my biggest worry for the movie is the director.
Same.
The only things he's done is Maze Runner and the fourth Planet of the Apes movie, which is not. I've only seen I think I've seen the first two Maze Runner movies. I have seen the fourth. I've seen the fourth Planet of the Apes movie, which is a good movie. I don't think it's as good as the original trilogy though.
That's the thing. It's like it's not
that is actually my biggest worry is the director, but he is supposed to be a very, very big Zelda fan. Maybe, I mean, there's still like the possibility that the reason his previous movies were bad were like, okay, Maze Runner didn't have good source material. It was just like young teen movie.
It was definitely like a teen movie book craze, basically.
And then Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Young adult novel.
Yeah.
Basically.
And then Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes could be like a situation where maybe he had a lot of resistance with Disney or whatever. I don't know. Like maybe Nintendo saw something that made them believe in him, or maybe not. Maybe the movie's gonna suck. I don't know.
It's also
but again,
like
Matt
Peter
Reeves
Jackson did the other
have...
Planet of the Apes movies, and that's like that's like you can't get any higher than like Matt Reeves. Like...
Exactly, but like I'm like Peter Jackson didn't really have a big track record before making Lord of the Rings, right?
No.
I don't know. I know
he went on to make some really bad Percy Percy Jackson movies afterwards. So
yeah, but like I don't know
what sucked.
But what I'm saying is that it could still be good.
Yeah, I mean, here's what we're missing in the whole equation: is Lord of the Rings isn't that good anyway.
Shut what I guess
canceled.
My closing statement that I think I've been and my whole point that I think I've been kind of dancing around this entire time is for the sustainability of the MCU and Nintendo's foray into this being a movie juggernaut or just being a part of the movie industry entirely, doing a live action trilogy for Zelda is a big risk, I think, especially when you have movies that are generating success with Mario and the Mario Galaxy movie that, or at least, well, Galaxy to be seen, but it's probably going to do similar numbers to Mario. You're building off of that. People are like, oh, I want to see a Donkey Kong movie. Now they're going to say, oh, I want to see a Star Fox movie. Nobody said I want to see a live action Zelda movie in that, at least to this regard off of those movies. So like it just feels like a huge swing. Maybe it'll pay off, maybe it won't. But to me, the safer foray into you becoming a staple in the movie industry would have been, let's build these characters off in a shared universe and, you know, dole out these characters piecemeal. Like, hey, we're showing you a Donkey Kong movie. Hey, we're going through the ice section. There's the ice climbers just hanging out. Like, hey, I don't know, something like that. Just kind of like showing, like building these characters up slowly, introducing them to maybe people who haven't seen them.
Bro, if we get a
much.
fucking ice climbers movies, I'm fucking be pissed off.
I'm not saying an ice climbers movie, but like nobody knows who the ice climbers is anymore except for people who play Smash, and like building up recognizability of their characters through those movies would have been a safer approach, in my opinion.
I think it is quite safe to
swing for a Lord of the Rings trilogy. Makes perfect sense.
I mean, they're covering two different spaces right now. They're doing animated and they're doing live action.
There's nothing safe about that.
I mean, the safe thing is that they have two possible paths to go down. Like
Again,
the animated movies could fail and they could make good live action movies and then go lean on that more. Or the live action movies could fail and they could go lean on the animated more.
Yeah. Like we're saying like the live action Zelda's not safe. It's a Zelda again. Like it's safe no matter which way you go.
And like I think
Zelda.
the fact that they're filming the movies in New Zealand for basically the only reason is because they want to replicate Lord of the Rings. That tells you how safe the movie is.
Yeah. Like
I mean, they're literally looking at like the itinerary of what the Lord of the Rings movies did. It's like checking them all off one by one.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how you can be more safe than that.
And again, to your point, yeah, maybe the second or third one would be at risk, but right now we're talking about the first Legend of Zelda movie we've ever seen. Like that's gonna, if it's not $1 billion, it's probably at least 765 million.
Yeah, you know, DC probably said the same thing about Batman versus Superman too. We're gonna put our two most famous characters in a movie together, and we're gonna make $1 billion. And guess what?
I mean, Batman and Superman had movies before. This is the first time we've ever gotten this.
Not together.
Well, hold on. What did Batman versus Superman make box office wise? It didn't fail. It wasn't a flop.
It was a flop based on what they paid to make it.
Wait, why are we talking about Batman v Superman? It's like the DCEU is known for being rushed and studio meddled to hell.
Batman vs Superman grossed over 873 million worldwide
and tanked the DCEU.
Yeah, because
it matters.
Like what happened there?
But I'm talking about the longevity of the MCU was what I said. I'm talking about like from the standpoint of growing out your Nintendo Cinematic Universe, if that is what they're doing, and that's speculation. The live action Zelda is a bigger risk than an animated Zelda.
A live action Zelda has no barring on the third Mario movie. Like if it sucks and flops, nobody's gonna be like, well, I'm not gonna go see that third Mario movie. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, like right now they right now they're disconnected, but they could connect them. Like if they're both successes, they're 100% gonna connect them. But like if one of them sucks and one of them is good, then they can just keep them disconnected and nobody's gonna be the wiser. Like I think this is an incredibly safe approach. In fact, making a bad animated Zelda movie and connecting it explicitly to the Mario universe, if the movie is bad, that's worse.
I'm saying you could do with Zelda because of the recognizability and familiarity, the fan servicey stuff of Zelda. You could do the same thing with the Zelda IP that you're doing with Mario, and not have to worry about whether your writers are able to adapt source material. That, frankly, Zelda doesn't like have character depth wise.
I disagree, because Zelda again is way more lore, way more character, way more plot driven than Mario.
Yeah.
You
Also,
can throw those things in though.
Oh, what the hell?
Whoa.
My light. What just happened? God?
well, I don't think they want to do that with Mario. Like they've done that to some extent with Mario, and I think it's kind of awkward whenever Mario gets too character. Like Mario's not supposed to be like a deep character necessarily. It's like I don't know if you agree, but like in the Mario movies, to me it kind of feels weird when Mario is too much of a character.
I think it's the best. Quite frankly, this is one of my hot takes: is I think that Mario is not a great character, and I think his representation in the
Ryan's gone completely
Mario movies
off the deep
is
end right now.
We just talked 3 hours about how great this movie
no,
is.
not
Like, this character
Mario in the
sucks,
movie.
bro.
No, the Mario the game character.
What? You
in
think
his
Mario the game character is a bad character?
I just think you could replace him with any Joe Schmo in a red hat and overalls, and nobody would know. Like I don't. He doesn't have any like discernible like personality traits or qualities or anything. Like he doesn't have much of a character in the games. Like he's just guy who jumps and saves the princess.
Yeah, but he's not supposed to be anymore. You have to judge things based on what they're trying to be.
Right, he's a blank slate.
No, he's
which means doesn't have much personality or character.
He's a cartoon character.
What do we talk about anymore? Why do you need anything more than that to jump and save the princess? That's the whole.
I didn't say you did.
That's what we've been talking about.
I didn't say you did. I didn't say you did. I'm saying that in the movies, I like the way he's displayed better than in the games as a character.
Because it's a movie. What are we talking about?
We're talking about what I just said. Y'all are just looking to be contrarian with me right now. All
No.
I'm saying is that I like the way he's depicted as a character, because he is not a character with any discernible personality traits in the games. I like that he has discernible traits and personality quirks in the movies.
The games,
that's all I'm saying.
Movie. The games are gameplay. It's based around the fun of the gameplay and the charm in the music, and it's not about the character.
But you can like one more than the other. Dennis was just saying he likes the way that Mario doesn't have discernible traits and personality quirks in the game. He doesn't like the way it's represented in the movie. I was saying I prefer the opposite. I like the way Mario is depicted in the movies.
That's not what you said. You said he's a bad character in the game.
That's a different point altogether.
I'm using your words, man.
Right. I do think that Mario is he's just kind of a nothing character.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure. Fucking Super Mario, nothing character. What is this?
It's like a nobody. Joe Schmo.
He's like,
yeah.
Okay.
Could it be replaced by anyone?
This is a debate for another time, but we'll get into this.
That's why Bubsy's just as popular. Blake Slade's, dude.
His games are good. His games are really good. That's why he's popular.
Yeah, that's what are we talking about anymore? Oh my god. Anyway, close this up.
Anywho, I don't have an enemy. It's almost 2:00. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for enjoying us rambling, act like idiots for still 3 hours. How did we still do this for 3 hours? Dennis Curley, thank you for berating me for the last hour. I will see y'all next time, and now we'll awkwardly wave goodbye.
You know, you can stop it by just making sense.